Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman. You're mad.
Thank goodness for that, because if I wasn't, this would probably never work.
Hey, it's Sam Jones, Flash Gordon. I'm a big fan of the nerdery, so you better be tuning in. That's right.
Welcome back to the Nerdery. I'm JD, and once again, you can't see me.
I'm Steven, and I'm sorry, you can still see me.
I'm Lewis, and, well, obviously, wearing the blue shirt, you can see me.
Patty.
And Chris, and you can't see me.
Peanut gallery, woo! And Philip's in our peanut gallery.
And Tanya.
And Vanna Tanya is here as well.
And giggles.
So what's everybody going over tonight?
But I have some other stuff that I'm going to be reviewing. I have DC's Rebirth Green Lanterns #1, strictly because you have Red Lanterns on the cover. I'm so glad to see them back. I have the review for Irredeemable Volume 1 and a... what did I say? Gaming? Yes. Gaming review of Smite, new patch, and new character.
Alright, I'm going to be going over a new anime on Netflix, which is a continuation of the Magi anime, which is called Magi Adventures of Sinbad. I will also be giving a very short review of my thoughts of Pokemon Go.
Alright, I went out and saw Lights Out on opening night. So I'll be doing that one. I picked up a couple of new comics, Helena. I picked up the new Lady Death. And I also watched Holidays. It was a horror flick. It was great.
Oh, the way you said that.
It was great.
JD, what you got for us today?
They're over there on the pile. I have Justice League Rebirth #1. I have Think Tank, the new issue. I believe that's issue 4. And I also have, I think that's Horizon.
Yes.
Issue #1 for review. And of course, for discussion tonight, we'll be talking about all the goodness that has been dropped at the con of the year, San Diego Comic-Con.
And it has been a lot of hype. A lot. A lot has been released through the comic books, video games, movies, man, you name it.
A lot of jealousy right here.
I think this whole room, there's a lot of jealousy. So, who's going to kick off our night?
I can kick it off. I got a little bit going. Alright, so Magi, The Adventures of Sinbad.
Okay.
Absolutely wonderful anime. For those of y'all, if you did not watch the original Magi, you get to see Sinbad pop up and go through the storyline that he is already well beyond. Well, this is his base. So you get to find out that when he was born, all of the Rookie went wild.
Mm-hmm.
He was a super powerful being born into the world. So powerful that all the characters you know from the original realize his birth.
So, well, that explains things. Because I haven't seen the original Magi.
Oh, you really need to watch the original before you watch this.
Well, actually, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing right now from Sinbad, and knowing the legend of Sinbad per se, and knowing that he was the first to discover the 7 seas. He was one of the very most popular renegade pirates of his time period that he supposedly existed. I'm actually I've only seen maybe 4 or 5 episodes of it myself. I was watching it earlier today while I was cleaning my room.
Yeah, now I'll admit I have not finished it. So far, I'm absolutely giving it 5 Ninja Scrolls.
Wow.
The quality, because Magi is an older.
Yes, it is older.
It's much older.
2012, 2000.
The quality they've done with Sinbad is amazing. All the way down to just eye glances.
Mm-hmm.
That you can actually see the emotional level in the eye glance is absolutely awesome. So yes, something to definitely go watch. It is on Netflix, and I'm guessing it will be a continuing.
Well, how many episodes is it total?
Let me double check because I don't want to lie to you because I have not finished it.
I mean, are we talking like a full 2-season, 24 episode? Or are we talking
right now? It's just 1 season because with Netflix, most of the time they're going to be 1 season.
Yeah.
So I do want to give you a precise number. So 1 second.
For those of us who do watch a lot of anime, Senpai being here in the room, we all know that 12 if you don't know your anime, 12 episodes gives you a full season of a anime, unless it is an extended season, and then you get your 18 to 24 for a single season, like Dragon Ball Z.
Now, we are looking at 13.
13 episodes.
So it is a baker's dozen.
There you go.
All
It's
right.
good enough that it gives you an extra episode.
For those people who just listen and do not watch, welcome. Yes, we're still having some technical difficulties, but I got you with us.
Woo!
Welcome to the listeners. We got JD, me, Lewis. We got Steven.
I'm not here.
You kidding me? With that horrible hat? And of course we got the beautiful Patty.
Aw,
Senpai's in our peanut gallery as of right now, and we got Philip and Van and Tanya.
Woo!
And Steven, you want to?
Tanya's going to get sucked into it at some point. We have a movie review.
She can sit on my
Oh!
Alright, so we have video later that's going to be worth watching.
Now you better get your butts on the YouTube right now, and that is searchnerdery.com. Searchnerdery at youtube.com.
Alright, and for the second part is my views on Pokemon Go. Alright, so crack has nothing on this game.
It is addicting.
It is exceedingly addicting.
I think, I'm sorry to cut you off, but with the exception of JD, everyone in this room is playing
And
Pokemon Go.
Patty's not.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Nope.
What I've seen about it that makes it a game worthwhile. Fat guys like myself are getting out and walking. Woo!
That's true.
Parks that have not seen life in many years, except for maybe a barbecue, are all of a sudden the most active things you've ever seen. I make a running gag. One of the parks near us is in between two old folks' homes. I swear they set it up that way to get the grandchildren to come visit there. It's absolutely awesome. I mean, I've gone to parks and seen thousands of people walking. I haven't seen that since I was back in school when you were forced to walk the track.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. There are some issues out there with the way people act, and I believe Tanya said she's going to be doing an entire thing over that.
An article on that, yes. It'll be out tomorrow.
Altogether, it's absolutely great. I love the game. I love what it's doing. I love the fact it's getting people out and getting them involved. However, you jackasses driving and playing Pokemon, fucking stop! Jesus Christ. But altogether, it's a great game. If you haven't played it yet, it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you use it during like your normal walks or runs or things like that, it keeps your brain entertained while you're moving. So therefore, that workout isn't as much of a workout anymore. It's playtime.
And you're not hatching eggs in the car anyway.
Yeah.
That's not entirely true.
So for Lois,
Does it really count? Like
Yeah, it really
under
does.
15.
If you go to 15 and sit on
under
your
15,
phone.
okay. I didn't know what the
Think
speed
about it.
limit was on it.
15 miles an hour left.
Okay.
so Lois, are you sticking it up there?
But that doesn't mean to drive through the park at 5 miles an hour and hit children.
Exactly.
Alright,
You're
now,
not looking.
alright, David, on that note, I was actually in the passenger seat on the way to Dallas. Now, if you're in the passenger seat, Pokemon away.
Yeah.
Be fast because they go by real fast.
Help your driver out, use their phone too.
Yes, there is a sign in Seabrook that says "Do not Pokemon and drive."
Do not Pokemon and go.
It says something about
That's cute wording, though. I
Pokemon
like
Go
that.
is a no-no.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
so
cute.
yeah, I mean, just be safe because I don't think any Pokemon's worth the wreck that's bound to happen.
I don't know.
There's video already of a dummy that wrecked into the back of a cop car playing Pokemon Go.
I saw that.
There's a car
And by the way,
accident, too.
if you are stupid enough to do so, and you do wreck, by God, don't tell the cop you were playing Pokemon Go. Anything else, you piece
not
of
gonna go well.
nutsack, you did something other than be in the car. By God, don't tell them you did Pokemon Go in the car. Alright. Altogether, though, I am actually giving it 5 Ninja Scrolls. I've actually really enjoyed it. There are people out there that absolutely hate it, but it's a blast. I'm enjoying it.
I don't hate it, I just don't play it.
And I've
We're working
noticed
on it.
too,
We're
I
working on
just started it Tuesday and I've already noticed a difference in the server crashing.
Yeah.
Like the loading and
There's a
everything.
lot
It's
worse on the
already
initial
gotten
days.
better.
They're especially when they pushed out to 26 countries. Realize 26 countries
Yeah.
are running this game You can look the videos up from all over. Japan is insane.
And I was reading last night they've halted new countries until they get everything.
I looked up New York to see how many Pokemon are popping around in just Brooklyn area.
Oh man, it's ridiculous.
And I mean, it's corner to corner.
Apparently, it's actually helped with people traveling too. People that never take vacations are now finding a reason. I got to go to Vegas. I got to get this desert shit.
To these other types of Pokemon.
Yeah, there's been people because they did say initially say that your terrain.
Make that money. Let's go.
There's been people talking about how the economy is improving in places because some of these little mom and pop shops that never got anyone happen to have a Pokestop next to them. They're getting more money in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it's now that like there was a church out there giving water at the park who were just at Pokemon.
Like 3 or 4 different stops there. That same church, there was members there right now.
Almost every church is a Pokestop.
And they were both next to the Pokestops.
So it's getting people to go to churches, go to businesses, go to places it's just not.
And I was talking about earlier, people with social anxiety are getting out of their homes and having conversations with people.
I mean, I've seen people walking that I know haven't left their house in the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Japan, where it is very common for people to literally lock themselves in a room. They're fed through a tray. You wouldn't feel like going out because they don't have an option. They have to go out to get Pokemon. So it has great benefits.
You know, there's actually. Oh, go ahead, Jake.
There's actually a meme going around, and you know we're for pediatric oncology and research and visiting those children. There's people who are going and putting lures in these pediatric oncology departments so the kids can catch Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, on a downside of Pokemon Go, from a gaming standpoint, Nintendo actually kind of shot themselves in the foot with this game because now they're at a standstill. They don't know what to do. Now
their stock has doubled.
It's doubled for this mobile game.
It was very unexpected, but now make no mistake, this is where it's going to be.
Yeah. Mobile gaming.
And it is augmented reality is going to be the thing.
It's just the way it's going. Right there,
augmented reality.
Yep.
Yeah, augmented reality.
We like being on the computer side. We've seen this coming for a little while. We were just waiting because virtual reality pushing out like it is, but being able to do it on your phone. That's where you're going to see everything go. So get ready for a lot of other games to come out VR, or AR. Sorry.
I was walking through an apartment complex the other day, and because it has the buildings on it, I was able to see where I was going through the complex.
And all this
can't look at that
through Google Maps.
Google Maps.
It's better than Google Maps.
That's
you don't have a reason to
let me give my one downfall to it. Because they're using Google Maps inside of their app, it is a battery drainer.
Yeah,
it is.
Those of y'all either keep you a battery backup with you, something like that, because if you're really going to get out
and a data drainer.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and if you don't,
Let me cut in, please. I've already found the solution to that, and it works. If you go to your normal stops, let's say in Baytown, Allenbrook, I'm going there a lot. Let's say over here at Crenshaw Park, people go there frequently. Download Google Maps on your phone. Choose the option to download the offline map on your phone. You download it one time while you're at home on your Wi-Fi. Pokemon Go will recognize it and use that.
Oh, really? No shit.
Whoa.
Alright, y'all heard it.
You welcome, people. You welcome.
Yeah.
And that is confirmed, and that does work.
Because I noticed my phone at work used to go from 100 to 68% when I would get off of work, 10-hour shift. Now it's draining to like 45%. Almost 30%.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck is eating my battery? Until I finally look at my battery settings and it's like Pokemon Go. And I'm, that's not cool.
Alright, well back to the subject at hand.
Reviews.
Who's next?
5. You have 5.
Yeah, I got absolutely 5 minutes.
Alright, well I've only got 3 this week, which is very unusual for me. And these, of course, are brought to you by Toxic City Comics, 15033 Delaney Road, Lamar, Texas. And also thank you to Captain Jack's Elixirs.
Doing our plugs. You should know this.
Linked on the address number.
322.
322 Texas Avenue, Baytown, Texas.
There we go.
CaptainJacksonElixirs.com. ToxicCityComics.com. There you go.
Woo! Good job.
Yeah, all from memory. Check me out. Anywho, Think Tank. Yes, this is issue 4. This is the end of volume 1. For those people who have read the original, well, actually, this is the end of volume 4. If you read the original 3 volumes, this is a catastrophically emotional issue. I'm not gonna mess anything up more than that, even if you've only been reading this volume. This is it's something else. It's gonna really take you by surprise. Something you never saw coming. I didn't see it coming.
They grab you by the gonads.
It grab you by the short and curlies, drag you down the road, beat you with a lead pipe. I never thought I would see this in this comic book, or even from this writer. I never thought I would see something like this, and it's really incredible. 5+. It's you gotta read it.
Well, now who's that writer again?
Matt Hawkins. And remember, if you're not reading Matt Hawkins, you
suck.
Thank you.
I just picked up the volume 1.
Oh, the original volume 1.
Volume 1. It was whatever they had at Toxic. Picked up volume 1. Think Tank. Or like, one's a good place to start.
Awesome. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're gonna.
Think Tank.
The original 3 volumes are in black and white, and I love them for it. Because considering everything that's in that scientifically, it's really nice to have that contrast in the art. I really enjoyed that. And of course, volume 4 is in color for those of you who are like, I don't do black and white stuff. But yes.
I just want to color the black and white stuff sometimes. My Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, the first copy I had, I colored half of it.
Now, I mean, I don't mind black and white. If the story calls for it, it's awesome.
Yes.
Because those of us that know Walking Dead, the comic is in black and white.
The original run of TMNT.
TMT was in black and white. Sin City, which was awesome, Frank Miller graphic novel, that was also done in black and white. Dick Tracy was done in black and white.
Yes.
There's a lot of great comics and a lot of great comic stories that have been done in black and white. And honestly, I wouldn't change a thing about it. In all honesty.
With volume 4, yes, I do say it calls for color, because you see something coming to Dr. David Lauren's life that you haven't really seen in there before, and that color really adds to that. Volume 4 calls for it.
And see, that's an awesome part about using color and not using colors, that you can add more emotional depth. You can add more things with or without color.
Yes.
And it's something to be more appreciative of to the reader, that something that small you think about, you didn't think would impact it, and it does.
Yeah. Moving on, Justice League Rebirth #1. And I really don't even know what to say about this. There's a lot going on in the DC universe at the same time, with the same characters but different.
Yeah, you have a lot of multiverses going on right now.
Yeah, all on the same Earth, and things are pretty wild and out there. Until I see more, more on these realities and all this different stuff going on at the same time. Is it a multiverse? Is it a displacement of time? What's really going on? Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with any of the above, but I got to know what it is, so that way I can try to make some sense of it. So until I see more, I'm gonna have to go 3 capes.
Wow, I've never seen you do that on a Justice League title.
Yeah, it's just it's getting hard to follow, because you have the 2 new Green Lanterns. They're in this. Mm-hmm. Their story makes sense. I get it. It blends right in with their standalone title,
which is this right here.
Yes, and I'm good with that.
Okay.
But what's going on with Aquaman here and what's going on in his standalone are different.
Are they 2 different Aquamans, or are they just two different time placements?
I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's what's really got me screwed up.
Well, I mean, we've seen stuff like this happen all the time. I mean, with Detective Comics and Batman, and then in the New 52.
But we normally get an explanation of this is on this Earth, this is on that Earth, or this happened then, this is what's happening now. Normally we get some sort of explanation. We're not really getting that right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
makes me a lot happier that I'm not following a lot of Rebirth titles.
Now, right now, also like Superman, you have Superman, you have Action Comics, you have
Lois and Clark.
Yes, Lois and Clark, and you also have American Alien. All these are going on at the same time.
Alien? I thought they stopped American Alien.
American Alien's still coming out.
Damn it.
So, but they all kind of mesh together. Most of them do.
Mm-hmm.
American Alien kind of stands alone, but everything else meshes together. It meshes together very well. But Superman's not in this issue, so I don't know.
Who's the forefront leader on that one?
Batman, who's barely in this issue. So yeah, I'm sorry, man. 3 capes. That's all I got for it. Until they give me more information on what the hell is happening. That's all you're getting. For my last comic, Horizon. Tanya actually picked this one out. Looked interesting. Sounded very interesting. The basic concept is an alien invasion going on, but not on Earth. We're invading another planet.
Oh,
And they're trying to fight back. They're trying to stop it before it happens.
so
Very interesting. Very wild now. It's very sci-fi, mystery. I love it.
now does it give you the point of view of the aliens or of us?
Aliens.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's just one issue. It's $2.99. They're pulling to DC, and this is by Skybound, which is another imprint of Image.
Okay.
So yes, two of the books that I have this week are Image imprints. Top Cow and
or sister
Skybound.
companies.
Well, they call them imprints now. That's the term. Like Marvel.
Now, Lewis, God!
Oh, excuse me for being old school about it.
Marvel brought
Hashtag
their
Bill Lewis.
Oh,
Really?
Yep.
Thanks.
Marvel brought back their original name, Timely Comics. That's one of their imprints now, and
Yes.
they're basically doing reprints of older books.
Yeah, that really is all.
And they're
right.
still cover price. They're still main cover price. And when they originally announced that they were going to be doing Timely Comics, it was so we can bring you the classics at a better price. Not true if it's still at standard cover price.
But see, the funny thing is in the comics right now, they're phasing out the old.
Yeah.
They're phasing out all of the old heroes and bringing in the new ones. For instance, the new Ghost Rider, who is going to be part of the second portion of the show.
Yes.
But we're seeing an all new Ghost Rider. We're seeing a new Miss Marvel.
Well, the
We're
all new
seeing-
Ghost Rider, he's been around for a little while.
Well, he was part of Marvel Now.
Yes,
Which
the Marvel Now wave.
which I didn't pay much attention.
No, wait. It's not Marvel Now. There's an exclamation point on there. It's Marvel Now!
What he said. I'm drinking right now. I don't Marvel, give us money now!
Yeah. Drawing the line at however much money you got in your pocket.
But I mean, because I haven't been keeping up with Ghost Rider, and actually during Civil War, I actually read the Ghost Riders, and he was featured. I'm like, who the hell is this? And I
Yeah, he's the new guy.
He's the new guy.
Got his little muscle car.
Hey man, it's a Charger. Come on now.
I like the Charger.
Anywho, 5 Capes on the Horizon. Great book. Highly recommend it. And I guess we'll be doing our movie review on the break. Patty, what do you got?
All right.
Lewis, are you done reading? Who's next?
Oh no, I've actually stopped reading. I've been paying most of the attention to all the reviews. But Patty, if you want to, take it.
Okay. All right. First, I'll go Lady Death. Damnation Game number 1.
You know, if I took her notes away, she'd be screwed.
Shut up. That's
Technology blonde.
There's
That
no
hair's a
blonde.
false advertising.
Another one by Coffin Comics and Brian Pulido. I got the awesome different.
You're a
cover.
big fan of Coffin, aren't you?
Yeah.
they do all the horror ones.
They're not the only one that does it.
No, they're not.
So this one, she's still in hell.
Of course.
Yeah, but she's trying to get out in this issue.
Oh, she's actually trying to get out.
Yeah, she's trying to get
Not
out.
trying to rule it.
No, not this time. Not right now.
Oh my.
And so,
Not 100% we can show that.
no, I wasn't gonna.
That would go against you too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it would.
That's why that one I'm not going to show. I just brought it so I had it with me. Okay, anyways, back to this one. So she's trying to get out of hell. She finds this little boy that was kidnapped by one of the demons, and she knows that if she uses his blood, it'll open this gate.
The blood of the innocent.
Yes. And so she rescues him, and the most badass part of this comic was these things attacked her, and one bit her, and it was poison, and she has this amazing magical sword. So to take care of it, she stabs herself in the damn leg with it.
Oh, shit.
I'm like,
that face!
it was badass. It was completely badass. So, I'm not going to tell you how it ends. But she has help, of course, by another demon and
Or lieutenant, per se.
just some random.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just jumped in the middle of a fight, just some random, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. So, and there's some of that little bit of sexual tension because she's super hot and he's like some hot demon guy, and it was really good. I give it 4.5 out of 5 full moons, only because it ended too soon.
You wanted more.
Yeah, I wanted
more. No, that's a good thing in a
Like,
comic. It leaves you wanting more. That's a good thing in a comic.
I know. Like, I didn't expect it to be completely wrapped up tidy because I know there's going to be more of them. But I want a little bit more. So, 4.5 out of 5. But the artwork was amazing as usual, and the storyline was great. Let's see here. Then
Helena 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Helena 1, 2, and 3. Number 3 you cannot see. Warning, do not, I repeat, do not have these near children.
I was about to say, you got to throw the warnings out.
Yeah,
right?
you got to
Yes.
throw them out.
David said, she said full moons, but it sounded like hormones.
For Patty it is.
Yeah, always. Okay, these, I had to go in the back room of the comic shop and thumb through some very books.
The daddy section.
Hell yeah.
No fucks given though. I was so proud. I was like, can I see them?
That bitch grew a dick.
It wasn't that bad.
Nothing like it opened up to
It might
that.
have been that bad. I didn't open all of them, so there might have been some of that in there. There were some interesting covers, straight up porn. So, yes, do not ever, like the one book, like I said, the third cover is so graphic, I'm going to have to put another board in it, in the front, so my daughter doesn't see it. It is full frontal, full spread leg, nude woman. It's
One of the black bags from back in the day.
yeah,
Oh,
basically, I have to put a board in front of it, just in case she's thumbing through my books someday. Let's see here. It came out, this one came out in 2016, but I hear she's from the 90s.
Yes.
And they're bringing her back.
Yes.
She fights Pandora a lot. There's actually
Like Pandora's box thing?
That's Pandora.
Oh, okay.
And there's a whole line of those ones also. But about halfway through most of these, it switches from regular to Pandora versus
Her.
Helena. Yeah.
Okay.
There's lots of sex, lots of blood, lots of demons. It was very
Lots of
cool.
nudity?
Lots of nudity. So much nudity. Let's see here. This is put out by Boundless. And let's see here. Written by Jay Nitz. And a few different artists are involved. She's a pure blood type of demon thing. She's called a Morning Star. She basically kills people that get unruly in hell, because at this point there was a battle between,
Angels
hell
and demons.
and heaven and all of that for Earth, and hell won.
Oh.
So it's a little twist, hell won, but there's still rules, and Lucifer is not ruling hell. There's other people ruling hell now. And
Yeah, 'cause he took over the earth. He finally got his kingdom.
no, he lost it.
Really?
Because he
So
pops
he's
up
just
later.
MIA?
No, he pops up later.
Okay.
He pops up in one of the other books. But a girl named Scythe is running. And she's badass. Let's see here. Different demons are fighting each other, and it's a full-out war by the end of the third book. Like, they're really battling it out to see who's going to be on top. But, yeah. And they're all fighting for the Horn of Judgment. I think they called it the 7th horn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to bring all the souls down to hell to fight for them. So, she's a badass chick. She's super amped and very naked. Very naked. Okay, I give this 5 out of 5. I loved it. I highly recommend it if you're not squeamish about sex.
Yeah, and now she did show us one picture earlier where apparently the artist has some issues with
Yes,
where things are
placement.
located. Placement issues.
I'm hoping it was just he couldn't get the right angle in his drawing to make it as graphic as he wanted to, because otherwise he's never seen a vagina. I mean, I'm giving him benefit of the doubt. I don't know.
Well, he is drawing porno comics, so it could be a possibility.
I don't think that'd be a very easy thing to draw, though. I mean,
But
I'm not
I'll
much
show
of
you
an
the
artist.
picture.
but-
It's really wrong. really
Like
wrong.
things are in the wrong place, or
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Like about 5 inches above where
Yeah,
it should
like
be.
towards your stomach.
Like under your belly button?
It's like way high.
Yeah, like a belly button.
Okay, also, I went out on opening night to see Lights Out. Big mistake. I'll never do that again. The movie was amazing. I loved it. Great storyline. It was directed by David F. Sandberg. It had the blonde Teresa Palmer from Warm Bodies. Gabriel Bateman was a little boy from Annabelle. Let's see here. The dad from Twilight was in it. And someone from Gotham. The lieutenant from Gotham, I guess.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
The young
Marty.
guy. Yeah, so this woman, this older woman, she has 2 kids. You mostly see it through the kids' eyes, though.
gotcha.
But she's nuts. Everybody just thinks she's absolutely out of her mind. She talks to herself, talks to her empty, dark closet. And then the son starts experiencing these paranormal things. He starts seeing these shadows in the dark and all this scary stuff. And
Sounds like an imaginary friend gone wrong.
yeah, basically that definitely has a feel of it. And you feel that it's not good, you know, because it's got claws. Like, it's scary. I wasn't scared, but it was a scary thing.
Well, considering some of
It
the
was
things,
as scary.
It was not scary.
It was not as scary.
No, well, if you don't watch as many horror movies as me, it might be scary.
It might be as scary.
Because everybody in the theater screamed through 70% of the movie. Like,
I know,
loud, full out screaming. There's a 16-year-old boy a couple of seats down from me. I thought he was seizuring. He was jumping up and down in his seat every time something scary happened.
She said seizuring.
Seizuring.
Seizing.
Is it?
Yes.
Seizing? Okay, well, he's seizing.
Fail patty!
Or at least I knew kind of what it was called.
that's the best thing about my hashtag. It's shareable for everybody.
So the older sister, who's been out of the picture because her mom was schizo, you know,
Okay.
comes back to help out the little boy. And it turns out she had gone through a lot of the same experience when she was younger and seeing this thing, but she had forgotten about it.
Sounds like why does every horror movie that also has to deal with paranormal activity has to have that?
Because it's a solid thing.
It really is a solid thing, in all honesty. I mean, Insidious, it was the whole mom's taking pictures and notice this lady,
exactly.
and you know, now this one it's just like, well, this is, and you know, it's the same thing
Yeah.
like with what is it, Mama? I think it was what it was
Oh,
called.
maybe.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, the one with the 2 little
Yeah, the
orphan
two little
girls.
orphan girls.
But the thing has a name. You see flashbacks from when the girl was younger and it happened to her. And they have to fight this thing and figure out how to get rid of it. And they realize it's real. And there's a love story in it too, a little bit, because the boyfriend is around for it all. And he actually, after a little while, believes them before he even sees it. He's really supportive and really loving and wonderful, so that was kind of sweet. It's a change from the, you're crazy, it's not real, stop it.
It's all real until somebody gets
Negative.
stabbed in the face.
Exactly.
But you know, they said the same shit about Freddy, and look how many people ended up in a blood geyser.
Exactly. I hate that when like a couple is in a movie and something crazy happens at the house, and the wife tries to tell him or whatever, and no, you're just and
You're full of shit.
I hate that. I absolutely hate. I tell him all the time. I'm like, if I say shit's happening, you better fucking believe me, cause shit's happening.
Right. Yeah, whatever, baby. Yeah, we got this.
Just let me finish this quest.
I gave it 5 out of 5.
Awesome.
I really, the crowd, I give a negative 1,000, but
Bunch of
the
puss.
movie itself, I truly enjoyed. And the last thing I have is Holidays, which is a, I forgot what you call it. It's a lot of different directors, each doing a clip. And they do 8.
Montage.
No, that's not a montage.
Not a montage.
Not a montage.
Was there singing?
Well,
Anthology.
the one thing there was singing.
Anthology.
There you go, thank you. Anthology.
That right there, what he
that
said.
thing. Thanks. What would I do with that shit? So it's an anthology. There's 8 holidays covered. I was excited. There's some bigger name actors that you'd recognize. I didn't recognize them by their names, so I didn't write them all down. But Seth Green is in one of them.
Oh, awesome.
So that was pretty cool. Kevin Smith directed one of them, and his daughter was in it.
Badass.
And it was one of my favorites. Like, and it was funny because that scene was for Halloween, and as soon as it opened up, and I saw the room that they were in, I went, "This one's the Kevin Smith one." I was so hyped too.
Were they in a fucking corner store or what?
Yeah.
This kid is a corner store. Like, he really pays homage to his roots. He really does.
It was in a convenience store. I went, "Oh, this is Kevin Smith." It was
It's
great.
what if Clerks was a horror.
Oh, yeah.
It's freaking hilarious because we're getting yoga housers here pretty soon.
Yoga
Hosers,
Yoga
yes.
hosers.
There, Lewis.
Great.
Housers, hosers, whatever. Fucking spelling,
I can't
whatever.
wait for that.
Me neither. I've been
Seriously,
jonesing for that for a
cannot
while. Like, ever since he announced it after Tusk finally came
Yeah.
out. And it was just like, yeah, this is coming. And we already shot the first couple.
Maybe you know the third one, Moose Knuckle? Was that what the third one was?
I think it
Something
was.
ridiculous
Yeah, it was
like that.
Still better than an elephant paw.
Ooh, that's a biggin.
My favorites were Easter and Halloween. Halloween was great. It was a revenge scene.
Oh, okay.
These girls are sex phone operators, but you know, whatever. Like,
Oh, like Rocco.
girls.
Oh, okay.
And they get their revenge on the asshole. That's their so.
Oh.
It's really good revenge,
sounds
though.
terrible.
Like, kind of creative revenge. Like, I was so excited.
Were you taking notes, Patty?
Yes. And I'm almost positive that the guy that plays the asshole in that is the guy from that YouTube channel that does all the crazy cooking with the mountains of meat with the beard. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Okay, I don't remember his name. I couldn't find it.
Actually, he was Calhoun on Video Game High School.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
He
I
did.
think it's him. I'm not positive. But Easter fucked me up. Loved it. Fucked me up. All of a sudden, this little girl walks out of her room at one scene, and she sees this naked-ish man, kind of like in a loincloth, squatted down on their living room floor, and these little baby chickens hopping around. And then you see he's standing there like this, and out of the holes in his hands, there's baby chickens popping out.
Oh, what the hell?
Fuck.
It was like a Easter bunny.
I need another beer for this
messed
explanation.
up, really. Ooh, yeah.
Was that the Kevin Smith one?
No.
Okay, I was going to
Not the
say.
Kevin Smith
Did the
one.
Easter bunny get his ass whooped? That's all I need to know.
No.
That guy worked for Cadbury. It's fine.
But yeah, Easter and Halloween by far were my favorites. Least favorites was Mother's Day and St. Patrick's Day. One of them. I really can't say much good about those two. There's a snake baby involved, and another one was just a
That'd be an easy
kidnapping, and not the size of the snake.
Oh.
Oh.
It was
Was it a trouser snake?
it was much larger than the trouser I would give this 4 out of 5 full moons because I just couldn't get behind at least 2 of these movies. Other than that, it was great. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch it a few more times.
I'm sorry to cut you off. There's a running joke about Philip having a monster cat. that it just has a face on it. And that's why we're all laughing because...
Patty. It's all poor Patty.
So that's why we're laughing our asses off.
To take on a new color.
Yeah.
Roger ain't got nothing on me.
You wear makeup too. That's the more hilarious part.
Yeah, the hands right here, and it's like, just
Stars on my nose, and my nose will be bright. When I'm not wearing makeup, it's super obvious. My whole nose goes bright red. I have a friend that calls me Rudolph, and then it'll
Oh my God, I can
spread
see color.
across my face.
I can see color.
Is it from the laughing or thinking about his cock?
Notice Patty's not saying anything.
Yes, I did.
She said a little bit of both. Okay.
So there.
Oh my god!
Oh no, that was funny.
Fabulous.
Okay, I'm done.
I have to do my review of part 2. I'm still laughing.
Okay, you're going part 2?
Huh?
You're going part 2?
Yeah, I'll just do my.
Alright, we're going to a movie review.
Hold on, real quick. People, I have nothing today, but I'm here, I'm chilling. Next week, though, is going to be a massive anime update.
Chris is gonna shoot his load.
Oh god,
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
I'm talking about fucking buckets, man. Shit. It's gonna be a lot of anime, and it's going to be a Parasite special as well.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Parasite special.
Yeah. Which is an awesome show, by the way, guys. If you can get a chance, watch it. It is freaking amazing. If you're a gore lover, it is a perfect anime for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
your movie
Am I supposed
review.
to come over there?
Yes.
Well, I've been talking from here just fine.
No, get in here.
You doing a review, you better get on camera over here.
Hi.
So Tanya and I last night went and saw the new Star Trek Beyond.
I'm actually interested in hearing this.
I loved it.
It was good.
It
wasn't my favorite of the new ones, though. It was out of the. We're on 3 now, right?
Yes, we're on 3.
It was my least favorite out of the other. Out of all 3.
You have Original,
Really?
Darkness,
Yeah.
and now Beyond.
It was a good movie.
Okay.
It was a good. If you think of it, was more like one of the movies back when some of the movies in the past have been more like a long episode.
Okay.
There's a little bit less of the depth and the twists and turns and the crazy shit you didn't see coming, and it's a little more just like an older. Some shit went down. There was an anomaly. It got handled. It's theatrical. It's well done. The acting is on same as it's always been. So it's a good movie, but it didn't make me walk out of the theater with the goosebumps that I have before. Like, holy fuck, that was insane. It was good though. I would give it 4, just
4?
because there wasn't. I think there could have been more storyline.
Due to the sheer amount of Easter eggs in this movie,
There were a lot of Easter eggs,
and the honor paid to Leonard Nimoy and Anton.
I think Anton kind of got grouped in with the Nimoy references.
Yeah.
It wasn't directed toward him, but there were 2 different points in the movie where it was kind of a.
It could have been taken either way.
We're missing people here today, kind of moments.
Yes.
And I got a little teary-eyed. No, I cried.
Yes.
Yeah,
they felt.
That was full cry.
They felt. You
but
got teary-eyed in that
so
trailer.
they did go there with that. I don't think it was necessarily included for Anton because that was only like a month ago.
Yeah, and that would have been real late to try to change anything in the film.
Yeah.
Especially at that point, reels are getting ready to ship out. However, they did put a note in the credits
at the end,
for Anton.
That's a good thing too, because the same thing happened with Street Fighter with Paul Julia. Paul Julia died 2 weeks before the initial premiere.
Oh wow.
And so, at the end of the movie where they had in memory of Paul Julia, they tacked that on.
Yeah.
For the premiere. Like, everybody knew it.
But if you're curious, in the movie, Anton plays a character. He was
Chekhov. He's Chekhov.
Yeah, he was throughout the movie. He was in there, and they didn't kill him off or anything crazy in it.
Oh, actually, I was
they
gonna
didn't do
my next
anything
question.
with it. He's just in it.
Yeah.
And from what I've read, he's just going to not be in the next one. Like, they're not even going to have a Chekhov, is the current plan. Which, how do you put someone else in that role?
Yeah.
You really can't, because he played it so well. He really did play Chekhov so well. And if you don't know Anton's other work, he was in Odd Thomas. He was in Charlie. He was Charlie Bartlett with Robert Downey Jr. and Kate Dennings, which was one of his earlier films that he did, which is, in my opinion, is one of my personal favorites that he did. Charlie Bartlett.
Actually, I loved him as Odd Thomas.
Yeah, he was great in Odd Thomas. He was great.
I haven't seen that one.
Like, it just really sucks when you see an actor who could possibly be, one of the future stars, future mega stars of, in Hollywood, go out early.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
But that was my only.
Still thinking about
that was
that
my
face.
only qualm. Is the last 2 movies have had so much going on, and there's all these different things going on all at the same time, kind of like right now. But the other movies have had a lot more going on and a lot more depth to them. This, like I said, it played out more like an episode of the TV show. But there were, like you were saying with the Easter eggs, almost all the Easter eggs were throwbacks to the original series.
Yeah, and there's a ton of them. Some of them absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. Little things where it was funny too, because you can tell who's in that theater and just got turned on to Star Trek with the new movies.
Oh, okay.
Because you're in the theater watching it, and then like maybe 15 people out of the whole thing just crack up laughing out of nowhere because of one comment that was made by the right character at the right time that meant the right thing, and everybody else just looking around going, "I fucking missed something. That wasn't even funny at all."
I got a question for you guys. How well was the new character to the crew? How well did that play out?
Are you talking about the chick?
Yes, the chick.
I loved her. I liked her a lot. The white-faced, black-striped girl.
Oh! I really do like that character. I really hope to see more of that character.
She was adorable.
It was not implied that she'd be in the next movie.
Okay.
Basically, how it left off is she was going to Starfleet.
It was left as a possibility.
It is left as a possibility, but it's not implied.
That's all I want to know. That's it.
But I did like her a lot. But like I said, I give it 4, a solid 4.
I give it a 5. I loved it. It does play out like a longer episode as far as the plot goes, but the amount of Easter eggs, for those of you who are like real Star Trek fans, Trekkies or Trekkers, either one, there's a lot of stuff in here that you are going to absolutely love.
Yeah.
I'm not a Trekkie. I'm not a Trekker.
I'm thinking of fanboys because we don't serve Trekkie bitches like you here.
It's definitely worth seeing in the theaters because there are some scenes that get pretty fucking epic, awesome. You want to see that large scale.
Yeah.
So if you're considering whether to wait or watch it in theaters, I would say try and get you a 3D theater showing because there's a couple scenes that you're going to want to see big screen.
Oh, yeah. We didn't see it 3D, but I kind of wish we had.
Well, they were out of tickets for 3D that day. Like, they were already sold out for the end of the night. We got there like 7.
Wow.
So, yeah, if you can see it 3D, I would definitely recommend it, but definitely it's worth seeing on the big screen, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it.
I gotta go. Bye. Uh-oh.
You're leaving right now?
Yeah, they gotta go. They will not be here for part 2.
Alright.
Unfortunately, we both have to get up very early.
We do have another movie review though. BBS Ultimate Edition.
Oh, that's right.
We're not
we're not on spring break.
No.
Okay. Alright, well, we can go into that then.
Alright. Would you like to move over there once he moves his ass out of the way?
I mean, I can. Well, we can hold on a minute while we do your shift change situation.
Shift change!
Move the net.
Change places! Yeah! Mustard left not me clean.
More tea,
Clean cup, clean cup!
Mustard. You don't use mustard.
Mustard left not be Philly.
What the fuck?
But that's the placement she was talking about. That's the particular pen.
I think it was just his drawing style, because that's more from the bottom.
I know, that's what I was like, maybe he couldn't get a good angle, or he's just never seen one, because that looks like an alien.
Yeah, he wanted to get graphic with it, but you can't be graphic properly.
Yeah.
Because, like, if she was just normally, you would just see one little line.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
But I was like, what the fuck? That kind of disturbed me. But
And that doesn't look right either.
No, they
It's
don't.
just like, it's cut.
It's a gash.
There's nothing
Oh,
covering.
my.
Alright, yeah. And what are lines?
Good. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
It was like an iris.
It does.
It was looking at you.
Yeah.
You just gonna sit there and dissect it all the time? What about the other movie review?
Be a bad
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm enjoying this.
We're having a movie review right now. Find more pictures.
I will. Review. Continue.
It was a half hour longer on the Ultimate Edition than it was in the theatrical edition, and the way it was talking,
Which we are watching in the background right now, by the way.
Yes. The way that it made it sound, it'd be like there's be some small chunks here and there, but the majority of it would be in the fight scene. Now, I'm not going to throw that completely out the window, but there are a lot of major elements in the plot that were cut from the theatrical version.
The fight scene stuff was actually pretty small in comparison.
Yes. Well, it was about average. The pieces
But
that
compared
were,
to the storyline that was missing.
Exactly. I will say the stuff that was cut out of the fight scenes, yes, it would have made that movie rated R. If you actually were to play them side by side, there aren't that many frames that are taken out. Instead, the frame size is changed to cut out gore. And for example, in the theatrical edition, when Superman is stabbed to the chest, you don't see it. It's
I didn't notice
implied
that
violence.
the first time, actually.
That is true.
Yeah,
George
just
Miller-
like in the comic books. It's
Yes.
that
George Miller is a master of this. If you don't know who George Miller is, he is the creator, writer, and director of all the Mad Max films. And if you actually go back and pay attention to those films, you do not see any actual violence. It's all implied.
Yeah.
And George Miller, like I said, is a master of it. He can make you believe
Yeah.
you saw
And you
gore,
can even think
and
back,
you never
because you
did.
said that to me, and I thought back, and I was like, no, because I seen where this happened. And you were like, no, because this didn't get shown. And I was like, holy shit, it didn't.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't even know how they pulled that off, where I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Because my mind created that extra little image in my
Yeah,
head.
fills it in for you.
Mhm. Whereas a child's mind doesn't have to have that image.
Exactly. And you know they did it on BBS. I mean, the gore was there. They just cut it out of the shot.
Which I still don't think it should have been, like you said, rated R. But I still don't think it was bad enough that I wouldn't show it to my kids.
True.
But that's my kids. That's
True.
my personal opinion.
But the way the rating system is set up, as soon as you have
any
gore, it's
gore at
rated
all.
R.
Yeah.
Did I pop you? Yes. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yes, in the Ultimate Edition, you do see it go all the way through him as he's pulling himself further onto the spike to stab Doomsday even deeper. In the theatrical version, you don't see it. It's implied. In the Ultimate Edition, you see every bit of it. You see his skin tearing as he's
Getting stabbed.
getting stabbed and throwing himself even further onto that spike.
Yeah.
You see every bit
That
of it.
part was a little bit much.
It is a bit much.
The going further onto the spike was a little.
He needed the extra leverage.
He needed that
was
little bit.
Yeah, that was a little.
And it
more
was actually that.
graphic.
That's even implied in the theatrical
Yeah,
version.
it was.
'Cause-
It's implied. You see him pulling himself further, but you do not see the gore.
No, but I mean, like they edited it perfectly because you
Yeah.
see from the right above the stab up, and you see him grab the arm and
Yeah.
then pull himself closer.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never see the actual stab
You think you did?
and the
It's
progression.
implied violence. That's the actual Hollywood term for it.
Yeah,
Implied
implied.
violence.
Those of us that are action gurus and action nuts, we have enough vivid imagination. Like, we know that hurts. we know that hurts.
I know what just happened, but it is a little bit more graphic when you see
It is a bit more. My biggest thing is all the plot elements that were taken out.
all the things people bitched about, who gave it bad reviews and
Yes.
turned it into this horrible movie, were covered in the Ultimate Edition. So
Exactly.
if you were one of the people that had a problem with BBS, please watch the Ultimate Edition.
It is out there on digital right now for
Right now.
rental on PSN, Xbox Live.
Not rental.
Do you want to go into what actually was?
It is as of today. It is officially up for rental.
Well, then it was different for me.
Do you want to
because-
go into the plot changes, like the specific things that were?
Maybe a couple things.
I would go into it because some of these people don't necessarily buy us saying it.
All right, the opening scene in the desert, where basically all the blame for the incident that happened with all the soldiers is put on Superman's head. In the theatrical version, there really isn't a whole lot of evidence
to suggest
to suggest it was Superman. In the Ultimate Edition, no, they actually have a special flamethrower, and they burned all the bodies of these soldiers to make it look like they were incinerated by his heat vision. That's one, and that's a vital
Which that
plot
was
element.
very relevant when it came up later.
Yes,
Yes, it
Whenever
was. The court
when he was going after Martha,
exactly.
he had the same blowtorch.
Yes,
So now he's trying to make it look like Superman did this to his own mother,
yeah.
which is a whole other level of.
Okay, that did make sense.
Yeah.
For
like-
the giant flamethrower.
Yeah, he's not
was
just gonna
strapping
fuck
on.
her up. He's gonna fuck her up and make it look like her own son did it,
Yeah,
just to turn everyone who's not against him yet completely against him.
exactly. So, and there's a lot of things like that. Can you think of one?
Oh shit, there was a big one. There was a really big one.
That's why you need notes.
Fuck you.
You know what's funny is like sometimes she's like.
You're right. I mean, you're totally right on that.
I mean, sometimes like with me, like in the beginning when I first started doing this, I was doing notes, and
Yeah.
then for one, I was just coming in too late, and I'm just like, dude, I'm not even gonna have enough time to get my notes.
The reason why Lex Luthor was pinning Superman against Batman, it wasn't well explained in the theatrical version.
Yeah.
Except for if God is all powerful, he can't be all good. That's all the theatrical
It's more
version
of a
gets.
religious thing.
Yeah, it was a religious
Yes,
thing.
it is very deep, and and even after pretty much Superman confronts him, you lost.
Yeah.
Batman's still alive, I'm still alive, and Martha is safe. You lost. In the theatrical version, his response is pretty short and to the point. I gave the Bat the chance to do it. He couldn't measure up.
Yeah.
So So if the bat can't kill God, then the devil will do it. There was a lot more in that. That was not in the theatrical version. That really explains why he's pitting these two against each other and why he's so hell-bent on Superman being dead.
Yeah.
And, it's little things like that, and they're not even large pieces. Less than 30 seconds each for the most part.
Yeah.
It changes the whole tone of the film.
Yeah.
This was my favorite interaction of them this whole time.
When Clark, and Bruce first meet.
Yes.
Is what we're
when
watching
they first
right now.
meet. And it was just the whole mind game between the two of them.
So just to be the outsider that knows.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go over
to
here
have
the
character knowledge stuff.
Yeah, that character.
Produce me a beer. There you go.
Player knowledge. We have player knowledge.
Well, I mean, not everyone knows. Everybody at this point has player knowledge.
But they don't. Is the point? Like they're the characters that don't know. So it's that same feeling of like, I know what's going on right now, but I can't say anything to them. They don't know, and I can't tell them what's going on right now.
The funniest interaction was actually in the older. I think you can back me up on this one, JD. It was in, I think it was volume 2 or 3 of BBS, Earth's Greatest Duo, and even though Superman knew who Batman was, he still could never see his face.
Yeah.
Because Batman forever had that lead coating in his mask. And he goes, me knowing your identity, you think you would lose the lead coating. And he goes, the lead coating's not just for you.
I just caught that. I don't know if I caught that before.
And but it's like he said it in such a smart ass way. It was freaking hilarious.
I just noticed because it's got the closed caption on, and I was reading it and telling Clark, you don't want to pick a fight with this person. Talking about Bruce.
Yeah.
Or no,
he was talking about Bruce to Clark.
That is a very firm handshake. You do not want to pick a fight with this person.
Yeah, that was great.
I still love his portrayal of Lex Luthor. I really do.
Oh, one more thing that I forgot about, and this theory running rampant on the internet, that he's playing Lex Luthor II. And it is slightly hinted at in the film. However, those of you who are diehard Superman fans who know your lore and know your Luthors, Lex Luthor II, yes, he is a character in the comic books. It's a fake identity for Lex Luthor. He came back with a full head of hair and pretended to be his own son to throw authorities off his trail.
Yeah,
that was in the Reign of Superman era.
It was.
Early 90s.
Yep. I know that because that's actually one of my favorite...
Resurrected Supergirl.
One of my favorite arcs of Superman was the Reign of Superman, which was after the death.
Yeah.
After the funeral, before the return.
And before the return. It was that dark blotch in Superman's history.
Which I would assume is the next movie.
Well, they're really combining a lot of stuff here. We've already seen elements of injustice in this story.
Yes, we have.
And we're now also seeing a lot of the elements of the Darkseid War.
Yeah.
The first Darkseid War.
Yeah, the first one. Not the newest one that happened.
I think they're just cramming a bunch of shit together.
I think they're fabricating their own new story. I really like what they're doing with it.
I agree with you on that. Because I don't think I'm going to be that fanboy that is going to see Dark Reign of Superman. In this movie, you see elements leading potentially to the Dark Reign, but it's overshadowed by the injustice theory.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's overshadowed by the injustice theory. Because if we were going to see Dark Reign of Superman, when he actually flew down into the hole where they were holding Batman, he would have been in his black and silver suit. He would not have been in his regular suit.
Possibly. There's something else that is possible to be at play.
Okay.
And what leads me to believe this is the resurgence of the character in the actual comic books, and that's the Eradicator. Now, once again, for those of you who are diehard Superman fans who know your lore, the Eradicator, Kal-El was not completely naturally born. He was partially designed. He was engineered to be a savior for a world. Just like he was designed, an exact opposite was also designed. He was designed to be the ultimate killer of a world. Now, the thing is, that was of course the Eradicator.
Not Doomsday. Do not get those confused.
No. But once Kal-El was killed, the programming in the Eradicator changed. He can no longer be the Destroyer, he must be the Savior. It is his job to be the Savior until he can manage to resurrect the original Savior. So it is the Eradicator, a sworn enemy, that resurrects Superman. Now, that character's pretty much been out of the comics for quite a while. He actually died to bring Superman's powers back to him in the comics. And we really haven't seen much of him since, but we are now seeing a resurgence of him in the comic books, and we saw last month. There's got to be a reason why they brought him back now. They brought back Doomsday. Of course, Doomsday's hot right now. Then why bring back the Eradicator right now? There's a whole lot of other characters that are far, far more dangerous to bring back. Why him? Is it possible you want to increase awareness of that character because he's going to be in an upcoming film?
Or an up and coming comic event. I mean, he might.
It's possible.
It might lead into another arc. I mean,
it's possible. I'm not waiving that. I'm just saying I see that as a possibility. And we know that small debris, when any Kryptonian begins to fly, small debris loses its gravity as well and also floats. And of course, the very, very last frame of BVS is you see the dirt over the coffin begin to float. Well, is that because Superman's still alive in the coffin, or because there's another Kryptonian flying over him? Because it does not show anything out of the hole.
I feel like he's about to bust out of that bitch.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying it's impossible.
Just waiting.
I'm just saying I'm not counting my chickens before I got eggs. That's what I'm saying.
I still like the Boom Tube theory, and it's just because me being a fanboy of that particular piece of Superman's lore, that when Superman died, Darkseid boom tubed him out and replaced him with a brain dead clone, and brainwashed him into being a son of Darkseid. And so when he invaded Earth, it was for the glory of Apocalypse.
So do you have different ratings for the regular movie theatrical version and the Ultimate Edition?
No, there's both 5Ks.
Okay.
Actually, now that I've seen the Ultimate Edition, my rating for the theatrical version has fallen.
That's what I was asking.
Drastically?
3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
Damn. All right.
Reason why is how can you cut out such vital elements of the plot?
Yeah.
And expect everybody to be okay. I mean, I love the film when it came out. I did. It is a multiverse, and I'm well aware of that. I'm willing to take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt. But then now seeing the Ultimate Edition,
and I think when we were all giving it great ratings from the get-go, we were assuming what it meant.
Exactly.
We were thinking, here's what they meant by it. Here's this part they left out. I know that's what was supposed to be going on, but I think a lot of the bad ratings were, but it wasn't in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. It didn't come out across that way.
Sometimes having the background makes all the difference.
Yes,
exactly.
It really does.
So what else are we doing here today?
We are talking about San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, so we're officially starting our second half.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Well,
it's
then
9:34.
Then I need to go with my reviews.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pee while you do that.
All right. You go
so everyone knows.
You go right ahead. I'm going to go and start off with DC Universe Rebirth, Green Lanterns #1. And it's hard to continue.
Yeah.
It's hard to continue when you're being loud.
You should continue.
Stop being so loud. But yeah, I'm doing DC Rebirth, Green Lantern #1. This is our cover. It's a second printing. I was really hoping to catch a variant of this particular issue. Unfortunately, all the variants were gone. Sucks. I have to give this one actually a 4K. I'm at 4K. I'm still in your rating system. 4 gray skulls, because it does bring back the Red Lanterns finally after New 52 is finally done. And actually, it brings the Red Lanterns back to trying to find a new world now that the Butcher is dead, which is the entity of the Rage, of the color spectrum. Mm-hmm. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to reestablish a connection to the emotional spectrum by artificially doing it. They're trying to make themselves kind of a rage tree. They're trying to tap into the core of a planet to infect it with rage. So that way the color spectrum has a center so they can funnel its energy. It does include Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz, which Simon Baz is actually one of my favorite newer Green Lanterns that's brought out. Just because of he's just a different character altogether. He's one of those.
I lean more towards Jessica Cruz. Reason why is because she has been possessed as a Green Lantern. She was Power Ring.
Okay.
She was Earth 1's Power Ring.
Yeah, Power Ring. Oh, okay.
And she was actually trapped inside of the ring itself for a very long time.
That's right.
It's the end of the Darkseid War saga that she's finally freed.
Wow. You know what? I forgot all about that.
She's seen some really dark shit.
She has seen some dark shit, and but she does acknowledge to herself that she is a rookie, being a newer Lantern, actually having the ring, not being within the ring. So she does make comments to that, and how much she kind of doubts herself, and how much her and Baz have this friction where Baz is the veteran, but he's still a rookie himself.
Yeah.
So he's still trying to figure out how he can improvise, how he can use his powers in a situation. And while all the time dealing with Amanda Waller and having to, okay, well, you're going to give us information on the core, or we're just going to lock your ass up, throw away the key, kind of thing. We're going to take your ring and just throw away the key. And I'm sorry, but those of us that know Green Lanterns, you cannot take a Green Lantern's ring unless you're Batman. And then you can.
Because Batman can do fucking anything.
Because only Batman can take away your focus enough for you to take the ring off, put it on.
That is no longer true.
Oh, it was not canon anymore?
Well, no. The Guardians lifted that ruling.
Oh, really?
If you can get a ring and put it on, it'll give you the abilities.
Damn it. Well, there you have it. So yeah, the whole issue is actually just an initial setup of them dealing with the Red Lanterns. However, I do not like that they include Larfleeze on the Larfleeze. Excuse me. On the cover, and he has nothing to do with the damn issue. He is not even in the issue. I actually have a problem with that. And to tell you the truth, I had a problem with that on an Old Man Logan cover where they had X-23 on it, which was an amazing variant cover. She had nothing to do with the issue. I was pissed. It felt like that was false advertising.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
you,
exactly
Marvel.
what that is. Leave it to Marvel.
So I go ahead and give this issue a 4 Grayskull because it does lead into a potential war, another Red Lantern war of
Rage of the Red Lanterns.
Rage of the Red Lanterns. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite Red Lantern storyline, but it does lead into the New 52 Red Lanterns, which was an amazing run. Amazing run. Alright, on to my next review, which is Irredeemable Volume 1. Now, Irredeemable was actually recommended from a coworker of mine, which is a fellow nerd. Actually, he's become a fellow listener, so awesome on that. But it's actually a story of a character called the Plutonian. And he was a hero, but became a villain. And he is the interpretation of Superman. The all-powerful. He can survive in space. He had Irredeemable. I don't have it on me, but I read it. And he
swears.
We're just going to trust you on this. Hey, I trust you. I do.
Not when you're making comments like that.
I don't know if they trust you.
Well, they're not irrelevant right now. Well, they are, but...
me, and I trust him, so you're good now.
Okay, we'll go with that. I'll shut up now. But it involves him becoming a villain, and becoming the ultimate villain by killing off his fellow super team members.
Go.
And he's actually killed a lot. And within the first volume, you see him go to the UN, and he actually, these countries are begging for him to, hey, we'll make you a fellow citizen, we'll make you do anything you want, gold, money, whatever, just so they don't kill him, or just so he doesn't kill them and their nations. Well, Vietnam says, hey, we worship you, we'll make you our god. Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, he flies off.
Yeah.
And then he starts hammering the shit out of the entire island of Vietnam. Damn. Or no, not Vietnam. God dang it. Manny Pacquiao's from there. Philippines. The Philippines. Excuse me.
What's the big difference?
That's
well, Vietnam's not an island. It's part of it's stationary. It's a country. Vietnam isn't. I mean, not Vietnam. Philippines
I think
are
they're
an
all
island.
stationary.
Excuse me for having the damn geographical brain fart. So he starts hammering. So he starts hammering the Philippines with all of these asteroids from space. So you're just seeing bombardment, and there's a population of 4.5 million people in the Philippines, all on one island.
Jesus.
So his fellow team members or his old team members go to the Philippines to try to save people. Mm-hmm. So he comes down. And he's like, I know the brainiac of them all. He's like, hey, look, I know you can hear me. Stop this. Why are you doing this? Why? You're the best of us. Why? So he comes down and he's just like, pick 10. Out of all of the people who are screaming and trying to get free, he's like, no, you pick 10. Pick 10 right now.
10 people?
Yes.
What the fuck?
So he's like, you have 10 seconds to pick 10 people.
To live or die?
To live.
Jesus.
So he
That's very Matrix-y kind of.
Well, he does pick the 10 people, and he's just like, look, he tells everybody, I'm sorry. Goes through the portal.
How does he pick the people? Just randomly?
Yeah, randomly. You just see him like, okay, well, you he's just like.
So some of them can live?
So some of them can live.
Oh, man.
And so he finally goes up, he comes back down, and you just see this giant crystal layer of the Philippines. He comes down so hard, he sinks the entire island with all the people on it. Philippines. So he pretty much makes a modern day Atlantis.
Fucked up.
And I mean, like, you see him crash down.
Officials.
You see him crash down, and you see the people drowning. And the next panel, you just see him floating like this, above the water, and he flies off. Yeah, but I mean, like, you really see how cynical and how fucked off this character has gone off. And I mean, you see him pretty much be the Boy Scout. You see, like, throughout reading the book, you see him become the Boy Scout. And to see him be like that, a hero of that caliber be like that, it's like, dude, like, what if Kingdom Come ended different? Like, what if Superman never returned? Mm-hmm. You know? And, you know, which actually what turned me onto the book was when my coworker Blaine, he was just like, think about that scene in Kingdom Come where Superman shows up at the UN, welds the doors shut, and is about ready to incinerate all of them. And one senator was like, do you honestly think you'll ever be redeemable? Be redeemable once you do this?
Yeah.
You know, like, if he never got that nut check before he did it.
Yeah.
And, like, to me, actually, that made me go back and read Kingdom Come, and I got chills just reading all of that all over again.
Yeah.
Which Kingdom Come is definitely a must-read. And actually, I think JD included it on his must-read Superman stories.
Yes. It is number 4 on the top 5 you must read before you die.
And I actually recommend this because I'm not gonna lie, there were parts of this book that almost made me tear up. Because to see my favorite hero become something that is irredeemable, there is no coming back from that. Actually kind of hurt. Like, it made me think of all the storylines I've ever read of my favorite characters, and just seeing that redemption, you know, seeing them come back to themselves. What if they never did?
Wow.
You know, it does bring chills. It really, really does. I give it a solid 5+ Gray Skulls. It is a 4-volume book from Boom, who does the Power Rangers comics currently, and a lot more others. So you can actually pick it up on their website. I looked it up. You can pick it up through their website. You can pick it up on Amazon. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I will be probably personally buying the other 3 just so I can finish the story. On to my gaming review for Smite, the patch. Actually, this patch kind of kind of took away a lot of powers. It kind of debuffed and it buffed certain things that needed to be buffed, and it took away, in my opinion, it took away from the wrong aspects. Like certain area buffs that you get from other gods' abilities was actually toned down, and I believe that there were certain buffs that really didn't need to get toned down. Did get toned down. Like for instance, Chalk, who is the Mayan god of rain, he has a area buff where he actually takes away your physical protections as long as it's raining on them. Well, that got buffed. So now it doesn't take away their protections as much as it should. And with this new patch, we got a new god, which is Erlang Shin, the illusionist sage. I actually had a lot of fun with this character. I really have. They've actually made him somewhat like Odin, but in my opinion, a little bit better. He has an ability called Spot Weakness. And Spot Weakness actually increases your character's physical basic attacks to actually hit their weaknesses. So it actually increases your single target output. Certain item builds had to get recomposed. Some of my item builds personally had to get recomposed because certain items actually did not benefit the characters that I use anymore. So I had to, I'm a damage tank. I'm all about damage. I'm all about staying in the fight. Well, my favorite character for that is Odin. They actually some of his defensive and some of his items that helped him out a lot no longer help him out. So I actually had to go through and re-experiment. And actually, there's an app called Forge that you can get it through the Google Store. Actually, I recommend you download it, and because it allows you to do your item builds. It allows you to see what items help you out in what areas, and what actually you want to build toward that character. Whether it's an assassin, it's a warrior, it's a sage, etc., etc. It actually just allows you to play. It just allows you to tinker. I give the game, when I initially reviewed the game, I gave it five Gray Skulls. With this patch, I still give it 5 Gray Skulls. It's still fun to play. It's still awesome. It is a MOBA. It is free on the PSN and Xbox Live, and for PC, it is also free.
Is this a freemium?
Yes, this
where
is.
You can pay real world money in advance a little bit faster.
Yes, you can, for your gems, for skins, for buffs. You can actually purchase buffs. If you want a little bit more experience to up your god mastery, you can do that, which gives you skins, which actually upgrades their statuses based on their worshippers. So the more mastery you have,
is it all stuff you can get for free if you take longer, or are there things you can only get by paying money?
No, well, your gems the gems you unlock by doing quests. You actually have weekly quests, like for instance, play 2 games with a Mayan god, or play 2 games with a sage character. You get little quests like that, and then of course you have event quests, which here recently it was Raid of Vikings, Raid of Valhalla, where actually 2 gods got Valhalla or Viking themed skins, which is actually, they're fucking badass. They're greatly designed. And then and then you have stuff like that that gives you gems and that gives you experience and stuff like that. Now, yeah, with the buffs, you can actually go and get experience buff. Which
when you're saying gem, you mean GEM.
Yes,
I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. I'm like picturing that there's these gyms that are at these certain locations that you have to go to, and
it's an in-game currency.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
And within the game, you have 2 sets of currency. You have favor, and then you have gems. Your gems allow you to go ahead and actually you can purchase skins or buffs with both. Favor you get after games, you can get for logging on, that kind of stuff. Your gems kind of you do pay real money for, and you do get them through quests or quests, stuff like that.
Nobody's handling chat right now on YouTube, are they?
Probably not. So I mean, it's still a great game. I still have.
One time I don't bring my tablet.
I still have a shit ton of fun playing it, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Cool.
And that.
Did you already get your Gray Skulls?
Yeah, 5 Gray Skulls.
We opened with that.
And
those are
I forget when it happens.
Let's see. Green Lantern #1, irredeemable smite. Yeah, I'm done. All right, so SDCC.
All right.
Yes.
So.
Obviously, we were not there.
No. Not this year.
God, I wish.
But we've been doing our research, so you don't have to.
That's right.
God, I wish. I'd be going so crazy right now. Of course, I'd probably lose 50 pounds with all the freaking walking we'd be doing.
Catching all the Pokemon.
Because,
That's
dude, I've been seeing so many Snap stories of people playing Pokemon Go throughout the con.
I'm waiting for the before and after weight pictures. That's what I'm waiting for. Like when people are
Pokemon
posting
weight.
before and after Pokemon
Now,
Go.
has anybody got a Pokemon on a celebrity's head or anything like that yet?
No.
So far, no.
No.
But
Stan Lee's got a
I saw the
little
stripper
rat-a-tat
ass
on him.
one. There's one with a stripper on the pole.
With
and
a
there's-
PG?
Yeah,
Yeah, coming out of
on
the
her-
cooch.
on her ass.
The hell.
that one was funny.
But my problem with that picture is you're at a fucking strip club sitting
Why are
right
you
in
playing
front. Why the fuck are you on
Pokemon?
Pokemon Go? Like there's times when you put the phone away and you live life. Don't forget to live life, guys.
Well, obviously he was a Barney Stinson. Is just there so damn much. He just okay, I know what this chick's about.
I mean, if they just leave it on at all times and it vibrates, I guess you're gonna pick it up and be like, oh, what's here? My battery can't handle being left on all the time now.
No, my battery's starting to.
I'm gonna have to get me a portable charger. Anyway, SDCC is what we're talking about.
Yes, and I am now watching the chat.
Okay.
And
Anything new that we need to respond to?
nothing at the moment. At the moment.
At the moment.
At the moment.
How many times?
Enough time. All right. Well, Lewis.
Yes, sir.
You are being ambushed.
What?
Oh, we're doing that first, and then SDCC.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave it up to Wednesday. Bidding closes. Get a date with Lewis.
Oh.
Suicide Squad. Tickets up for grabs, and since nobody knew our first interview, which by the way was with Kevin Eastman, creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and current owner of Heavy Metal Magazine. Since nobody got that, nobody even tried to guess, which kind of amazed me. These tickets for Mysterious Ways, a tribute band to U2, that is for this Friday night.
Which is why bidding would have to close on Wednesday.
Exactly. That's the reason why bidding is closing on Wednesdays. On this Wednesday, you can make your bid. We will soon be making a post on the Facebook. Place your bid there.
Make sure you say that. Which is the July 27th.
27th.
My wedding anniversary.
Oh,
But
happy
you're not
early
getting a date
anniversary.
with Patty.
No, with Lewis.
Yeah.
At the expense of the nerdery.
You got banded.
Yes, I did.
We will be
That's
buying
awesome.
the tickets for Suicide Squad. We will not be buying any concessions. So if you want popcorn and a soda,
Start sweet talking.
So feel free to send us an email.
Email. Yes, you can send me the email. That's theprez, P-R-E-Z, at thenerdery.net.
You would.
Send me that email. That way I know that it's been placed. Alright, but yes, tickets to Mysterious Ways this Friday and Suicide Squad on the Nerdery. SDCC, there are so many trailers that dropped on preview night
so
Thursday.
many.
Oh man.
Watched a handful.
Yeah.
Dude. It's been insane.
I'm a DC fan, so of course I watched the DC ones. I watched, I've been paying attention to all the other news that's coming up. You know, everybody, let's not forget Krypton, new television series is coming up. I was really hoping they would give us a teaser on that.
Did not have enough time.
Did not. They did not give us that. But what we do have, and I actually received this like a month ago, is the promotional poster for it. But it is officially unveiled now.
Mm-hmm. So now you can talk about it.
Yeah, now I can talk about it. Which now you can. I'll put it up on the Instagram. You'll see it. What else do we have? Of course, we had the newer Suicide Squad trailer.
The remix Suicide Squad. We had
The Wonder Woman trailer
was amazing.
It was good.
I love her theme music.
Thank you.
I get so
It's
amped.
electrifying.
I want to beat something up. As soon as it comes on, I'm like,
Hell, matter of fact, it's the same music they used in this movie.
Yes.
Yes. And I remember when it came, like.
it's like her, like the wrestlers have their theme song.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is for her. That's her shit.
You know what's funny is that everyone talked about it. Like, I remember after the initial New York premiere, And they were like, dude, when Wonder Woman came on, the entire theater was going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it couldn't be that awesome. And I'm sitting there with my sister and my dad, and then, of course, as soon as she drops in the shield, and I'm like, oh shit. and then she finally revealed it, and he shot at her again, and she was just like, fuck you. And I'm like, oh! Fuck yeah! Fuck him up! And of course, I couldn't do that because I had 2 kids sitting next to me. But I was ready to just get up and start, fuck yeah! It was pretty awesome. It definitely.
I like her lasso. That's
Oh
pretty
yes,
fucking cool.
Dude, the lasso in the trailer.
Yeah, in the trailer.
Fuck yes.
That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
But did you notice she beefed up a little bit?
yes, you
I
did.
thought
A
she
little
did
bit.
too. I was looking at it and I was watching.
You know what? She's been watching the nerdery, and she's like, all bitching.
I thought I just
Somebody
somebody
gets
gets
in the gym.
attention, and I was like, maybe she always was like
No,
that.
I think
was
No,
pretty good.
she beefed up because she was actually allowed to beef up, and within BVS, she was only going to be Wonder Woman for on screen maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So she was mostly going to be Diana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they wanted her to look
To
elegant,
fit the slim
to
yeah.
fit the elegant
All right.
side.
All right.
So compared to later on in the movie and now her solo movie. Because in her solo movie, she is warrior princess. We
It's
go
about
Yes.
damn
we go to
time.
Themyscira. We go ahead and
She got her own
we see
movie.
her training.
Come on.
We see her within the World War II or World War One.
World War I.
Yeah, World War One setting, and
All right.
it's awesome.
Chris Pine as Steve Trevor.
Love it. I'm so glad he's not playing Kyle Rayner, which was the biggest rumor flying around that he was going to be playing Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, and there's a certain website responsible for that rumor. We will not mention them on air.
No.
We will not give them that honor.
Yeah.
But they're also the reason we have our own website.
Now I know what dude, the Justice League trailer.
That looked
I was saying that.
We're talking Wonder Woman. We might as well get that out of the way.
All right. Now let me dispel some shit right here. Everybody was talking shit that Ezra Miller was going to play Barry Allen and not the guy that they have on the Flash television show. And for the life of me, his name escapes me. But the guy who actually
hold that thought.
Google.
Hold that thought. Nope, IMDb.
Well, you can get there from Google.
That's
what I do. I'm like, all right, there you go.
But yes,
Grant Gustin.
Yes,
Gustin. Gustin. Thank you.
Yes, he is actually very okay with Ezra Miller playing it. Yes, he did want to play it, but he understands what Warner Brothers is doing. It is an EU, extended universe.
Yes.
DC is practicing in film and television exactly what they practice in comics. It is a multiverse.
And I applaud them for that.
Yes.
Did you see the panel where they came out?
No.
Oh, the guy that plays Flash
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
came out in like a wizard costume, full fake beard and everything.
The funniest
so
thing is that
funny.
he when he went into the panel, he just got off the floor. Like walking.
So he was wandering around hiding.
Yeah, he was wandering.
Oh, wow. I was like, I don't get it, but it's kind of funny.
He was ghosting around the con, and no one knew. So like when the panel came up, he walked up like a normal attendant, and then finally he was like, "Yeah, I'm on the panel." There. Oh yeah, because at first security stopped, like, "Hey, whoa," and he's like, "No, we're good." And he's like, "Oh."
This is the Justice League panel?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I watched
So
the panel.
it'd be Ezra Miller?
I liked him. He looked like he's going to be good for it.
And we had that glimpse of him in BVS, and I'm sorry, he didn't look the part in that. However, seeing where that was going, hinting at an injustice kind of plot. Lois Lane is the key to all of it. You're right about him.
Yeah.
You're right about him all along. Yeah. She is the key to everything.
That was an injustice.
Am I too soon? It's too soon.
Well, he realized that as soon as he had, Bruce's facial expression, he goes, "I'm too soon." But yeah, you're right. You need to know this.
Yeah.
Like he immediately knew that he needed to plant that seed of, dude, you're right about him. Go with your gut.
And then
you're not wrong.
There was so many hints at that in BVS at the injustice plot. And I can see that.
Didn't give very much away because it was all very obviously the beginnings.
Yes,
but it gave us everything we needed, which was a glimpse at everybody.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's what I really wanted. I wanted a glimpse of everybody.
And I don't like when trailers give everything away, so I wish they wouldn't. They're going to come out with more that are going to give all the good parts.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let me go over this character because I know somebody here has something to say. Jason Momoa. You're getting colored in.
Oh, chicken colors.
Oh god.
Aquaman.
Grab them off an hour later.
Oh my god. I put
Tell.
a heart next to his name on my note.
I saw it.
Oh yeah, let me get down. Let me grab the mouth.
Yeah, I would watch paint dry as long as he was standing in front of it. Yeah, he can just stand there. I'm good.
I'm telling you, we need to watch Conan if that's
I'm
the case.
crying. I didn't see Conan. I am. But we just watched a movie with him in it, and the whole time I'm going, God, he's pretty.
You know who he's married to, right?
I don't. No.
She doesn't care about that.
I don't care.
Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Oh wow.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Oh, she can have him. That's.
No.
No.
Sorry, babe.
No, I don't think
yeah.
Okay,
don't give him false
came
information
out, and I
here.
saw that. Went, oh my
I'm back to it, so hold
god.
on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hold on.
We're waiting to
You're
see
getting a
for sure.
picture.
No, he's
Oh,
saying
okay.
who he's married to.
And the Aquaman that we see in the
Badass.
trailer, yeah,
Oh my god, badass.
is not the Aquaman you expect. This is more of an Earth 2 Aquaman. Very brutal, very blunt. He doesn't give a flying shit about what you have to say.
Hard ass all the way.
Lisa Bonet. That's his
For me,
wife.
'cause I don't know.
Lisa Bonet.
Here you go. Oh, dear God.
Oh, okay, I was looking.
Oh.
I don't know.
And his
I'm not really
That's
as
his
far
wife.
as you are right now. Remember, our taste is the same in men,
Alright,
not necessarily in men.
That's his wife. She's actually she's an established actress herself.
Yeah, wasn't she?
Well,
on
he's
the
also
Cosby
that
Show and
huge.
everything?
Yeah,
Like,
he is.
Like, did you not see Stargate Atlantis? Which is where he initially got his first acting exposure.
Yeah, he was a dreads
He
dude,
was
right?
he had the dreads. Yeah.
Okay, how about, did you see the video of, I'm going to fuck up his last name, Henry Cavill?
Cavill.
Cavill, thank you.
Cavill.
Running around the con in a Guy
Yeah.
Fawkes mask and then sneaking
Aw.
up to the Suicide Squad
That was
panel,
awesome.
posing with Will
shit.
Smith and picking up his mask, and all of a sudden Will Smith looks over and goes,
I was like,
oh!
oh, dude, that's awesome! Dude, why did I think of that?
That's great.
Like there was a picture on someone's Snapchat, and he goes like, even Henry Cavill was ready to see the
now I'm
squad,
making him do it.
and he actually posted a picture on his Instagram that had everybody's signatures from the
Aw.
entire panel.
That's
Oh,
okay.
wow.
He was having people sign
He
his
was-
shirt,
yeah,
just like
like-
a regular fan. It was hilarious.
What was actually funny was the video that he posted with him walking around.
Yeah.
That was actually really awesome. Like, no one knew. He went up to so many comic book vendors, and everybody was just passing by him. Like, our good buddy of the show, Chris Foreman, he posted it, and I was like, that's the number one want for me, is to go to SDCC, because you never know who you're going to run into.
Exactly.
You never know who's under those cosplays.
Yeah.
And after seeing Mark Ruffalo do it with his son, after seeing Jared Leto do it previous when he first announced that he was going to be with the Suicide Squad, and just so many other actors and actresses
Ryan
have done
Reynolds ran around as Deadpool.
Yeah.
The ones I'm like,
it. In his suit.
Yeah.
Like, everyone thought it was
Oh.
an awesome cosplay.
Something else that hasn't actually happened in a while. Marvel's semi-return to SDCC.
Yes.
Marvel did have a presence at SDCC, which it's actually been a while. They actually,
Left it
I
alone.
guess they got butthurt when Warner Brothers and DC stole the show when they dropped the original BVS teaser all those years ago, and they took the con by storm. Unlike everybody else where they did their teasers and trailers on preview night,
Matter of fact, it was
they waited until midday Sunday to drop their teaser. Everybody forgot everything else that happened, and of course they actually do ratings. They poll people there at the convention. What's the most memorable thing that you're going to take from
it's
this?
the last thing they saw.
Everybody.
And the BVS, Batman vs Superman,
Yeah.
and they took it by storm.
And it was funny because it was that little bitty clip of the power armor of the roof fight.
Yeah.
Just that little bit. of him coming, like him getting kicked through the damn, kicking Superman through the roof glass, and him jumping down.
Yeah,
and
it was very, very little. Well, no, it wasn't even that. It was just Superman in the sky, and then the audio. Tell me, do you bleed?
Yeah, do you bleed?
And then you see Superman land. You will. And of course, that didn't even how it played out in the movie. But that's all it was.
And that's all you needed.
And
that's all I needed.
It had everybody pumped. We were actually watching live. We were watching live. This was before the nerdery was even a thing. We were watching live when that teaser came out. We were outside vaping. I had the vapors.
You had the vapors?
I had the vapors.
He really did.
Did you really
Did you
get them out?
with the vapors?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
He was just like this the whole time, like,
yeah.
It's finally happening.
Is it really happening? Lewis, is it really happening? I'm like, it's really happening, bro. And matter of fact, it was the same year that they announced, that Hugh Jackman announced his retirement from
No.
Was it?
This was before that. Way before that. This was this was when Marvel announced their Phase 2.
No, it wasn't.
BVS wasn't that long in development.
I don't think it was that far.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm. Because Hugh Jackman just announced his retirement last year.
No, it was 2 years ago.
No, he
Google it.
He was pretty much saying at that point, I'm around as long as they want me. When the BVS teaser dropped, it was last year that they announced Wolverine 3, and he teased the Old Man Logan one more time.
Yes,
it was last year that
SDCC 2013. So yes, it was around the time we first conceived this idea of the nerdery.
Yes, but yeah, it was a big deal. It jacked me up, but Marvel pretty much quit having a presence at SDCC after that, and they started their own little convention out in I don't even remember where it was, and it didn't do well. They wanted to rival SDCC, and it's kind of hard to do that when you're the sole publisher running that con. You're not going to have any smaller publishers there. You're not going to have any other publishers there. Yeah. Everything's going to be Marvel. It's hard to rival a convention that is so large and so versatile as SDCC when everything at yours is
so established too.
Yes, SDCC's been around a long time, and it is the con of the year. It has been for a long time, probably will be for even longer.
And another piece of news that I read dropped at SDCC is Pokemon Go is going to be adding the option to trade Pokemon soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
trade and battle.
Yes, and for people who have a Windows phone, Microsoft did announce that they are working on getting it for Windows Phone. Yes. And my wife is excited about that because then I'll go to the park.
Did you see the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle short?
No.
Yes.
Jonan Vasquez did it.
Oh! Yeah. It was Donnie versus Raphael.
It was pretty funny. We watched it today. It was pretty good. It wasn't Ninja Turtle-y enough for me. But it was very Vasquez.
It was hilarious.
It was funny. It was. It was definitely worth a watch.
What else we got?
All right. I have a list.
It doesn't specify if that was the same year for Hugh Jackman.
Jackman was last year.
But I think it was the year after that. It had to be either 2014, I think it was 2015. So I think you are right.
Last year.
Yeah, I think you are right.
Because we were live tweeting on the break from this.
Please continue, Patty.
All right. Well, IMDb. I always get that mixed up. IMDb. They had a yacht out there they were doing interviews on and stuff. I thought that was kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. SDCC had a lot of off-site stuff this year.
It was really cool. Did. And Kevin Smith was running most of their things, and he interviewed Stan Lee. I watched that one. It was funny. It's funny because basically they sit there the whole time talking about how each other are so great. And they love each other.
They're personal friends.
But it's so cute to watch them because, you can see Kevin Smith has all this love for him being his idol and this and that, and Stan Lee's just as enamored. He's like, "You're amazing too, man."
Let's not forget, Kevin Smith is also not just a movie writer.
Mm-hmm.
He is a comic book writer, and he was in comics first.
Yeah.
And a huge comic book nerd himself.
And he's been going to cons for 21 years.
Yes.
That's insane. 21 years. And the first person he came in contact with, he talked about it in the interview, was Stan Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's pretty great. That's one hell of a first experience.
My first CGC comic book was signed by Stan Lee.
Aww.
It's over there behind.
It's back here.
Back here somewhere.
It's back here. Everything's back here. And Stan Lee's been in the business, he said, for 75 years.
That's right.
That's nuts.
He started on Captain America #3.
It absolutely insane. They also had a screening for yoga host.
As a writer.
That's right, writer.
I feel like I've heard that. You told me.
Yes,
about
I made
Kevin
you watch
Smith.
the preview. They had a weird screening for yoga hosters.
You know they had a screening here in
Offsite.
Houston,
I
right?
did, and I missed it. I'm pissed.
Don't feel bad, I missed it too.
I'm so pissed about that. But Kevin Smith is coming out with a new show too. He was talking about geeking out on AMC.
Yeah.
And I saw a clip from that too with Matt Damon in it. It
Are you
was
serious?
Hilarious.
Oh man.
And now that is public knowledge, we can talk a little bit about that. Ming Chen pretty much gave us that information at Comicpalooza.
He's still starting with Greg Grunberg. You'd see, if you see him, you know who he is. I didn't know his name, but then once I saw pictures, I'm like, oh, that guy.
Oh, him!
Yeah.
Oh, him!
Exactly.
Brian Paluto.
Well, yeah, you can go to Stanley first, though.
Oh, yeah, this is
I'm not
Stanley.
in order. I'm not in order.
What was his name? Gary what?
Greg Grunberg.
Oh yeah!
See?
He's from Heroes.
There you go.
He was, oh god, what was his name on Heroes? He was the telepath
There
in
you go.
Heroes. And he's done a lot of movies.
I know, like, I recognized
Force
him
Awakens.
immediately.
Oh,
I didn't recognize
Yes, he was.
his
Yes,
name.
Star Trek.
And on iTunes, I
that
found
guy.
out
Yeah.
Stan Lee has 34 ringtones you can get.
Are you
Nice.
serious?
Very good.
So, on iTunes, if you go look it up, you can get ringtones of Stan Lee, and he's working on a new little cartoon. I think they're shorts called the Cosmic Crusaders.
Cosmic Crusaders.
Yeah, and he actually plays himself, but kind of a modified version of himself. These aliens come down, and he decides to exploit them and get them to be superheroes, but to make money off of them. Yeah.
All right.
I talked about that quite a bit. It was pretty funny. Brian Pulido, the creator of Lady Death, made his first appearance at a Comic-Con in years at this one, and I saw his booth. It was beautiful. It was huge, and all the Lady Death pictures all over, and all the comics, and it was phenomenal to see.
You would have splooged, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would have. And like,
Because you are a fan of Pluto.
I am. I love him. I'm sad that he it sounds like he got screwed over pretty bad in the whole publisher problem before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel kind of bad, but I'm glad he's back at the reins and he has full control, and he looked so happy. I watched a little live clip on Facebook from the Comicpalooza, or Comic-Con. And he was so happy, and he was talking to a cosplayer, and he was showing people everything, and it was adorable to see him so amped up for being there, you know. His first experience back, and he's just like so happy.
Well, friends of the nerdery, Sasha and Jesse were both at SDCC. I am very jealous, and Sasha, you and I are going to have a serious talk.
At least could have took him in your suitcase.
Yeah, I mean, I can get my own place to stay. I'll just hit Dante. And thank you, Dante, for giving us permission to use your music. For those of you who are wondering, yes, in the end credits, that is Peter Dante himself singing.
I haven't heard the new end credits.
So if you watch it later.
I definitely am going to have to watch it later.
Kevin Smith announced that after Comic-Con and everything, he's working on, he has the go-ahead and everything with Universal TV for a Mallrats series.
That's right.
I've known about that for months because he did actually say himself that we're shifting more to a 10-episode to 12-episode show, no longer a movie. Because he's actually gotten the original cast from Mallrats, all but I think two people that just did not, that they weren't interested.
Well, one individual.
Wait, you can still
You
wait
ate it.
I can still do whatever.
Oh!
I don't know.
Hey, from Baytown, you know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell it is.
It's a Baytown thing?
That is a Baytown thing.
It's more of a JC's thing.
Oh, okay.
What else? Oh, Marvel, speaking of their presence,
Captain Marvel.
They had a nice little run on Thursday as well with all of the new Netflix teasers and trailers.
I
Iron
shared a
Fist,
shit ton of them.
Defenders, Luke Cage.
Yep.
I'm all for Iron Fist, and I'm not an Iron Fist fan. I'm not a big Marvel fan. I read it, but I'm not a big fan of it.
See, I feel Iron Fist doesn't get enough in the spotlight because he's a great character. He is a great and inspiring character. He is pretty much the Oliver Queen of the Marvel world. But yeah.
Oh, they even played it when they were looking at the picture.
Yeah.
Damn you, Zod.
But yes, and for those of you who have not seen those trailers or don't really know those characters, there is an article up on the nerdery.net, and I believe it's the top article right now on the main page, so you can go check that out and watch those trailers there, collecting them all for you. But yes, I'm in for Defenders. That's a team that doesn't get much public view anymore.
And has actually seen a lot of lineup. We've had Doctor Strange, we've had Red She-Hulk, we've had Silver Surfer, we've had Punisher's been a Defender, Daredevil has been Wolverine has been a Defender, Ghost Rider, The Thing, and Johnny Storm too himself.
Yes.
He was a Defender only for like a little bit.
Yeah.
But Thing mostly stuck around. Actually, to tell you the truth, the Defenders were the Guardians of the Galaxy before they...
Well, they were the Guardians of Earth.
The Guardians of Earth, yes.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, we have the Avengers. And just like their name states, their initial job was to avenge any attack on the Earth. And on the flip side of the coin, you had Doctor Strange Defenders. Their job was to protect the Earth from attack.
From otherworldly forces.
Yes, from otherworldly forces. It was not their job to handle espionage.
Now you have the Secret Avengers for that.
Yes. Well, Secret Defenders was a revamp of the Defenders. That was them rebooting the comic book itself.
No, I said Secret Avengers. Yeah, for the espionage.
Oh, yes, Secret Avengers.
Secret Avengers, not Defenders. Defenders have always just been Defenders.
Yes.
You never had... It has always been one line. And that's what I actually loved about Defenders. Is that anytime a new arc or a new event happened, we got a new cast. We had a new member, one member left, one member came in, or the whole cast itself would change. Mm-hmm. And I think back in 2012 or 13, it was already after I graduated, we actually saw a new line of Defenders, which was when Red She-Hulk was still relevant within the universe. We had Red She-Hulk, Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, there were two others, Nova, and one other member who I can't think of off the top of my head. But I remember seeing the lineup, and I'm like, oh, all of those people on the same team, dude! And I read about maybe 3 issues of it, and it was pretty awesome just to see the interaction of them, because at the time Betty was a raging bitch. she really was.
But people have been asking about the Defenders since Daredevil popped up. You know, he was a Defender. Are we gonna
a long-standing Defender at that?
Yeah.
He was.
Are we gonna have a Defenders team? Yes, we are. Well, it was been confirmed last year. This year we got our first.
Actually, it was confirmed. It was confirmed right before Jessica Jones was released.
Yes,
that was in their lineup, and it was actually up in the air due to the fact of they didn't know if they were going to scrap Defenders for Punisher or because at the time
they didn't know if Luke Cage had traction.
He got a shit ton of traction.
Yes, he did.
And honestly, I could not think of a better actor than who they casted. He absolutely fits Luke Cage. Really, really does.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the size, his build. I mean, just the way he carries himself. That's all Luke Cage. And Marvel, you did a freaking amazing job with that. Thank you.
And our friends at Top Cow, Matt Hawkins, Mark Silvestri, Isaac Goodhart,
good
They
one.
were all present at SDCC,
Yes,
including the unveiling of a Darkness statue.
Oh, that thing
You
was
saw that?
beautiful.
That thing is
Yes.
huge.
They had a book next to it to show
Yes,
just how big
the
it was.
Aphrodite 9 hardback. That
Yes.
book right there.
It was huge. It was beautiful.
It was about 2.5 height of the book.
Probably. Yeah.
And to put that in scale, that was this book.
That's about that tall.
Yeah.
Nice.
Massive. I have not read The Darkness.
Detailed and everything too.
That
I bought
is-
the first one. I did. I bought the first volume of Darkness when I was at Comicpalooza.
Nice.
When I was talking to guys.
You gotta let me borrow
I
that.
will.
That's also Vescary, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
I think that's
They
also
said,
Vescary.
"Hey, you might like this." I went, "All right."
But yeah, to have all of them there and present, that's a big deal. For those of you who don't know, Mark Silvestri founded Top Cow Productions, so to see him there,
that says a lot.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
And another publisher debuted some exclusive stuff.
Yeah. The publisher for Zombie Tramp. They had an exclusive little Zombie Tramp statue and everything. The thing that made this one exclusive specifically, they said, was the color of her bikini.
Oh, okay. Just a colored variant.
But I've also heard through their
Color
Twitter
variant.
and stuff that they're trying to get a new book going called Dollface, the ball-jointed witch hunter.
Wow.
She's a doll. That makes sense.
Okay.
And they have a Kickstarter for it, and it said on their Twitter that you could possibly get the statue in one of the sign-up things.
Oh, in one of the classes?
Yeah.
Or one of the donation classes?
Exactly. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is actually very cool.
It was a good-sized statue, too. It was probably about that tall, you know. And she was standing on a spell book, and it was really cool. Half naked, like
Of course.
always. Come on.
So have you made your donation yet?
No, I have not.
Are you going to?
If they
No,
once they put up that
I'm saving
statue.
up my money for the Lady Death fan club. I so am. Like, no joke. Yep, that's me. One of my favorite things that I saw, though, is it's John Barrowman from Torchwood and Doctor Who and Arrow. He dressed up every day, and it was hilarious. He did Squirrel Girl. No, you gotta look these up. They're amazing. He is one of the funniest people I think I've ever seen. He's funny. He's humble. He's just fucking hilarious. He dressed up as Harley Quinn.
Oh wow.
And also Zach Brannigan from Futurama.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he does it up, and
That's pretty ridiculous.
Oh, and he also dressed up in a pretty Star Wars dress, I believe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, and pranced around. He is the funniest dude ever. I love following him on social media. It's
Look at
constant.
his pictures with the people.
I know, and his
What?
pictures.
Oh
with
my
fans,
God.
His photos
He's
he took with them.
constantly having them get the full pictures even better.
Oh shit, who's Merlin?
Like if you
That's Merlin.
he's constantly letting people
He
touch
took
his
adorable
butt and
pictures.
licking people.
That's freaking
and-
awesome. Like seriously, what's
He
that
walked
fucking
across the
concept?
stage in front of a mega screen.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Oh my god.
He is one of the funniest dudes. I love him as much as you can love somebody that you don't know.
That's great.
But
Some of
yeah.
these are hilarious.
That's
Like
awesome.
there's pictures of him from that from this weekend where he's making out with his girl in every
Dress.
picture.
Oh my god.
Like
Oh wow.
He's what?
it's making out with this one girl. I think she was on one of the shows or something. In every picture.
Nice.
Yeah. That was great. I love
Okay,
it.
so I'm saving this picture, and y'all will probably have it on Instagram, on our Instagram here real soon.
What picture?
It has all 3 out. Well, 3 out of the 4
Oh, okay.
outfits.
Oh my god.
You guys have to look
Harley,
it
oh
up.
my god.
That's
John
amazing.
Barrowman. Yes.
He's awesome.
He is.
That dude from
absolutely
Futurama, that's hilarious.
Zach
Yeah.
Brannigan.
He
Yep.
does, and like I said, he's so amazing with his fans, and he's always smiling and goofing off with them. And,
I heard he's a trip on set.
I bet
heard
he is. I can't even imagine. Yeah, see? Like, he is the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
I love celebrities that are like that. There needs to be more like that. Seriously.
Just Google John Barrowman Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's it.
That's hilarious.
And like hearing him talk and stuff on panels and everything, I could listen for hours. He is just as hilarious.
That's freaking great.
Right?
You want to pay for a picture with this guy because he's so hilarious.
New Delhi?
Oh, the artist from Zombie Tramp I found out is from New Delhi. I thought that was an interesting fact, just something kind of random. Yeah.
I know a lot of artists for Top Cow are from overseas.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do believe Isaac Goodhart is.
Isaac and one more are actually domestic.
Everybody else is overseas.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw an interview with him and stuff, and I was like, well, that's kind of fun, something different, and you know.
Now, I have a little sister, and she's a big fan of this.
Okay.
So
And this was announced at Comic-Con, so I was surprised. Well, I wasn't really surprised once I saw the picture. But anyways, that doesn't matter. The creator of Steven Universe, Rebecca Sugar, came out as bisexual at the Comic-Con.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Just random thing. I think it's kind of sad that in this year we still need to come out.
Yeah.
But I like it.
But
And
I love
she
when
was
the
talking-
celebrities do.
Yeah.
Because then
No.
it gives other
Hey,
people
we're
that
here too.
It's okay.
Because they're such a public
Exactly.
figure, you know.
Yeah.
And I saw an article. I didn't click on it. I didn't have time to read it all. But she was talking about how like the queerness is so important to her in her cartoon.
Okay.
And so she's trying to incorporate it in there, and I thought that was cool.
Okay.
And
Good
what
for
a
her.
time to do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I mean, another thing coming out of SDCC is just the video games, the video game news, the fighting video game news that I've actually been getting. And actually, I want to give a shout out to two of my buddies who are watching us live right now, Juan and Junior. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. And all the Tekken 7 news. We finally got to see more additions to the roster. We finally got to see more of the game engine and more of what the gameplay is going to look like. And in my opinion, it's going to be the smoothest Tekken that we've ever played. And I actually like the shiftness from where in Tekken 6 and in Tekken Tag 2, it was all about juggles. I mean, you could stay in the air for damn near limitless time. In this one, from what it looks like, you really... I mean, yeah, you're going to have juggling combos, you're going to have air combos, but they're not going to be mainly as focused as they were in previous installments. And for me, that's a big plus, because going online and just having one guy pop you up in the air and then you just lose both matches, it's not fun. It's not enjoyable. It makes you want to shoot your TV.
Yeah.
It really, really
So
does.
it's like all video games for me.
And
like seriously.
And the also the addition to the Injustice 2 roster. Wonder Woman's making a return, and the inclusion of Blue Beetle.
Yes.
That has me sold enough as it is. I mean, the game, I was already going to go out and buy the game anyway. But now seeing the other characters that are coming out, some of these characters, they were highly demanded for Injustice 1 DLC characters. Blue Beetle was one. Atrocitus was another. Gorilla Grodd was another. Which we all thought we were going to see Gorilla Grodd as a DLC character anyway, because he's in the background of one of the maps. And since they released John Jones as one of the last characters to be released, so we all thought we were just going to initially get Gorilla Grodd, but we did not. Mainly due to the part of after they were done with their initial press run and initial exposure to Injustice, Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah.
They immediately, once all that was done, they fulfilled the contract for Injustice 1. That studio was full gears ahead for Mortal Kombat.
NetherRealm Studios, Warner
NetherRealm
Brothers.
Studios. I mean, Ed Boon being one of... I follow a lot of game developers and stuff like that, and I kind of do that for nerdery purposes, since I am now heading the game division.
VP of gaming.
Of gaming. And... that never gets old.
It doesn't.
And so I actually went through and I followed a shit ton of other publishers that I wasn't following, and I was already a big fan of Ed Boon, and he's one of the biggest trollers I follow. He will give you the most littlest detail and just run with it. Yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, man, we're definitely got this. It's going down. Like, for instance, the biggest one, and I honestly wanted to kick him in the nuts for this, was his announcement that there will be no inclusion of any Mortal Kombat characters in Injustice, period. None. 2 weeks later, here comes Scorpion. And actually, he was the most downloadable character for Injustice.
I download that a lot.
Yeah.
Every time I see someone go flying towards something or whatever,
I'm
like, get over here! And
it never
laughs.
it never gets old. That phrase alone, dude. But yeah, after that, I wanted to kick him in the nuts. I was like, you bastard. I was like, fuck you guys. I'm actually really happy that he is in the position he is in for Injustice 2, because now he is creative director. So,
yes.
So he has the say-so. He's like, I want this character. We're making it happen.
Was Booster Gold in the original?
No, and Booster Gold was heavily trolled to being in Injustice 1. Because actually in one of the maps, you can actually see him flying outside of the Watchtower.
Oh, wow.
You see him flying.
I'm just thinking, man, it'd be a hell of a finisher to watch him, like, disappear and delete the other player from time.
God, it would be.
You just see him talk to his little box, and you see him vanish in time, and I goes back in time and keeps the other person from ever being born. Just watch them be deleted from time.
Actually, it'd be funny to have a Justice League Unlimited costume. And having his box be the little rocket. Being the little rocket. Of course, those of us that know Booster Gold, it was never a rocket. It was an actual voice box.
Watch out for them boxes.
I know, right? But to see...
Never know what you might catch.
Spin a little thing on it, and then all hell breaks loose.
God damn other boxes. But I mean, now that we know that these two characters are in addition to the other core characters. Now, anytime a game, or especially a fighting game, gets announced, we have core characters.
Yeah.
Which is essentially anywhere from 4 to 8 characters that are, alright, look, this is
available from the start.
Available from the start. Which we have Superman, we have Batman, we have Flash, then we have Supergirl, then we had Atrocitus, which like Chris, I put buckets out of jizz when I saw it. I was just like, I'm getting a fucking Red Lantern in a fighting game! Hell right! Which there's my red ring, god dang it. I was so pumped for that.
Your swearing is so funny. I'm laughing the entire show.
You shush.
Deep down inside. Gosh darn it, dang it. Fudge. I think you might have said
Fudge.
That's what happens when you have kids.
I have a kid.
Well,
my favorite word is a C word.
But you know, Gorilla Grodd and then Supergirl astounded me. Which I was just like, man, what? They had no reference to her in the original game, but those of us that know, Injustice carried on in the comic after the game. It carried on in the comic. It's gone five years for 5 volumes is how it goes, and it's actually a great comic. It is great. It explains the universe very well, and it actually does go back and forth from the initial DCU to the Injustice universe. And I mean, we've seen so many characters that have gotten involved with that situation. We saw the Demon Intergon, we've seen Constantine, we've seen all these other characters that have teamed up with Batman or have teamed up with Batman and then turn around and actually joined Superman.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Superman is actually fully gone rogue. He is the ruler. He's the ruler of Earth. If there is
the end all be all of authority.
Thank you. No, couldn't play better myself.
Yeah.
and
I haven't played the game, but I do know the plot.
And actually, in the comics, they actually show him destroying the cores.
Wow.
He destroys any force that could threaten his rule or his domain. And the Green Lantern Corps was one of it. And actually, it in the comic book, they suggest that because in the game, Hal Jordan is a Sinestro Corps member.
Yeah.
He turns yellow.
Which has happened in the other comics.
Yes, it has. Actually, Hal Jordan, being a former White Lantern, actually became a holder of all rings.
Yes.
At one point.
Yes.
Even Buck.
And he is the only character to do so. Sinestro has held 3.
Yeah, Sinestro has held 3, and also Kyle Rayner has held multiple rings.
He has held multiple rings. He hasn't held them all.
No, not them all. I think only ones he didn't do was black, orange, and indigo.
He hasn't done red.
No, he did red. There's a rendering for red. No, he held the red. But with those characters, I'm actually very, very, very interested to see which characters they carry on and which different persons. So, I mean, because they hint at John Stewart, they hint at Guy Gardner being present, and they also hint at Kyle Rayner, even within the comic. So it's just like, okay, what timeline is the second game taking place? Because essentially after year 5, after this last volume concludes, that's it. Storyline's done. That comic book writer, the initial writer for the first game, is like, I'm ready to move on to something else.
Yeah, he's been writing it for a long time.
And tell you the truth, he says it. He's like, I'm still having a blast writing this and seeing that DC is still asking me for it. But I want to move on to something else. And I think after 5 volumes of this comic book, I think we've had enough.
Yeah.
So we within following that particular game don't know if it's going to end with comic book form or if it's going to end with this game. So
I say it should end with the game. I'd say the game should end where Volume 5, or the game should begin where Volume 5 ends, and the game should finish off the plot. That's my opinion. But we're running out of time.
Yes, we are. We are running.
There's one more thing I was going to mention.
What do you want to mention?
The Killing Joke.
Yes.
It's out for 2 days only. Tomorrow and the next day in theaters. I was actually reading about some of the complaints and critiques from people from SDCC. Apparently there is a scene at the beginning where Batman fucks Batgirl on a rooftop.
That's taking a lot of liberty with that story.
That's one of the big complaints people are having. And then apparently, before you go see it, if you're going to go see it, there's also a line in it that implies that the Joker did not just take pictures of Barbara Gordon when she was out, that he actually raped her. Now,
which I found that implied in the book as well.
Directly from the producer, though, he said, I didn't get that out of the book. I took whatever the book showed, which was just that he took pictures to fuck with her dad. That's all there was to it. That's all that happened. And he said that's all he implied, and if he realized that one line said by the Joker was going to be taken that way, he never would have put the line in there. So, before you watch it, if you hear a line from the Joker somewhere in it that implies that he actually raped her, that was totally perception.
I am actually going to a press screening of it tomorrow.
I know I am too. I'm going to try after work. I'm going to try.
So,
but that was a pretty big complaint, so I'm sure we'll have reviews from the nerdery on exactly what y'all's thoughts are on it.
Yes, I'll write up. I'll do a full write up on that.
Because I've heard about the opening scene too, but those of us that know Batman lore, him and Barbara were together at one point.
Yeah.
She was old enough to.
But it is a lot of creative liberty with that being nowhere in that comic.
Yeah, because that was not in that arc.
That wasn't even implied in that book.
Now the Joker raping Barbara Gordon, I got that out of the book. I got it as implied. It didn't say it. It didn't show it.
I took it as a possibility, but I wasn't going to read into it any further than it gave me to read.
Yeah.
And that's basically how the producer looked at it. I didn't mean for it to come out that way. That's not. I just wanted it the same way it was in the book. He took pictures to fuck with her dad. That's all it was.
But as we all know, Joker has been known to implant thoughts and say things and act certain ways.
Which that's the whole idea of what he did in there. He was trying to make it look like he was even worse than he actually is.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all mind games for Joker.
But I could see
especially
being very pissed off watching that and thinking that was actually where they went, that they took it a step further. I could see being pretty pissed about it. But that's not where, according to the producer, where they intended for it to go.
Well, I'm going to see it tomorrow, and I'll give you a full write-up on that as soon as possible.
And don't forget, if you want to see Suicide Squad for free, sitting next to this guy.
Yeah.
Send your email to theprez, THEPREZ @thenerdery.net. Go ahead and email me your bid. And there's also the tickets to Mysterious Ways this Friday. Bidding stops this Wednesday. So, and I'll tell you what, I will keep the current bid up on the Facebook.
Alright.
So that way everybody can keep track.
Yeah.
So there's that. And one more thing I want to go over. Tanya, you know about it. Anybody who is friends with my personal page on Facebook, you know about it. My mentor, great friend for a very long time, and former boss, Bill Castle, passed away this Wednesday. Bill Castle taught me a lot about running a business, how about running relationships, and making professional relationships that endure almost anything.
Has had a major impact on you even having the nerdery.
Yes, everything about how we handle business, about how we handle interviews, information we get from professionals. Everything about this company is taken directly from his teachings to me. And if you've been watching the show since the beginning, you saw that opening frame. You're going to see it again before the show is over. Our love and our hearts go out to Bill and his family. And if you would like to do something in honor of Bill, you can go make a donation or donate your time to Meals on Wheels. What is the website? Do you know their website?
No, I googled Meals on Wheels. It took me to some other website to actually make the donation. But if that touches you on some sort of personal level.
He donated a lot of his time and money to Meals on Wheels.
And requested that in lieu of flowers that you donate to Meals on Wheels.
That was directly requested from his twin brother. In lieu of flowers or any other donations, donate some time, donate some money to Meals on Wheels. I met Bill in 2005, and he was giving his time to Meals on Wheels then, and to my knowledge, I don't believe he ever stopped. So, really great guy, and he, honestly, without Bill Castle, there would have never been a nerdery. He gave me a lot of confidence to want what I want and go do it. Don't wait around, go get it. I'm going to tell you the same thing he told me. If there's something you want, there's something you want to accomplish in your life, don't wait around for it to happen, go get it. So, thank you very much to our sponsors, Toxic City Comics and Captain Jack's Elixirs.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
And you went out to Toxic this week.
I did.
And you felt good because you only spent $40.
I did.
You should feel good.
I was scared.
I would hate to walk in there on payday.
Oh, it was bad. But it was a perfect experience. I walked in. I didn't say anything. Yeah, I didn't say anything to anybody about the nerdery. I just walked around for a while. I didn't say anything till I left.
Yeah.
And the guys were all absolutely amazing, super friendly. Their stock
That's
was
always
tidy.
good to get that review on.
Exactly.
They didn't
It's
know
like,
they were from here.
Exactly. They didn't know that maybe they should be nice to me. I was just some
they
girl
weren't
off
doing
the
it for
street.
advertising
Exactly.
purposes.
They were doing it because they're just genuinely awesome guys. I absolutely loved everybody I met there.
Cool.
So yeah.
How many full moons would you get this
5.
All right.
5 full moons.
If you want to visit them, they're at 15033 Delaney Road, Lamarck, Texas 77568. Their phone number is 409-229-1295. And, of course, their website is ToxicCityComics.com. And huge thank you to Captain Jack's Elixirs. They produce the Nerdery line of vape. Got 6 flavors out. Unfortunately, another one will soon be going to out of print, and another one will be taking its place. And we will have a technical 7th flavor upcoming as well. I do believe that will be occurring at the same time. But that 7th flavor will be the only way, one of 2 ways, to get the out-of-print flavors. One way will be showing up to the shop, and the other one will be to flip your coin for Dr. Fate. See, maybe you can get an out-of-print flavor. But if you want to go visit Captain Jack's, 322 East Texas Avenue, Baytown, Texas 77520. Phone number 281-837-3543. CaptainJacksElixirs.com.
But don't call me.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for giving us your ear and your eyes this week. It's been a hectic week with SDCC going on, us trying to get every bit of coverage we can. We did not have the available time to cover it like we did last year, where we were pretty much watching so much stuff live and talking about it live on the air.
That was a very interesting night.
But bigger and better things are cooking for the nerdery, so stay tuned. Don't forget to send in your bid to get that date with Lewis. I'm JD.
I'm Lewis.
I'm Tanya.
Patty.
Thank you guys. Yes, in the Peanut Gallery. Thank you, everybody, and be sure to tune in next week.
soul now, and they can feel me somehow. Oh, every night you bring me joy and happiness. One connection, yes, we two are one. Oh, me and you are dancing in that beautiful dress. All those high heels and that great ass too. Just one smile, she takes me back to where I belong. Take me back to where I belong. Take me back into my home. Just one smile, she makes me feel right at home. Make me feel right at home. Make me feel right at home. Sometimes in my bed at night I'm sitting all alone, no sleeping in silence. I wanna talk to you somehow. I'm missing my stage and my beautiful dancing space. All wanting to talk to, I'll talk to you right now. The next day when we get together I sing to you. All my brothers and sisters say that human race, I'll take away all hatred and distress we cannot do. It's a last chance for me to love you and you to love me too.